is Craig Minervini a local legend?
Ooh, he's been around a long time. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
That one's not even close.
He's been around a long time.
He might be first ballot.
First ballot?
He is the pre- and post-game host for multiple teams in this market. And,
NBC TV for a little while.
And who can forget Craig DeGeorge?
He was for a while as a wrestling announcer. He went by the pseudonym Craig DeGeorge. That's a great call by you. Tommy Tighe.
Tommy Tighe. Yes. That was a swerve. You didn't think I was going to go in that direction.
He can confirm you threw trash at me that day.
O.J. McDuffie.
Yes.
Mr. Third Down.
Yes.
Mr. Quarterdeck and Davey.
Once set the Dolphin record for receptions. Yes.
Wait, he beat you for that title?
I know. That is my quarterdeck right near the Panthers arena, but I see it's got to the point where I'm not impressed by O.J. McDuffie anymore. I see him there so much.
Did you have a ladder match to settle this?
Oh, there was a time, though, when every time I'd see him, I'd be like, hey, there's O.J. McDuffie. But now it's just so regular. I mean, we fist bump.
I produced Craig Minervini's radio show as my first job in local radio.
I would call you for midday trivia.
Many in the middays. Toast.
Yes.
What?
Well, yeah, he also worked on Paul and Ron for a long
And
time.
Zeta.
Yeah.
You're giving up. You're giving it up, though.
I'm giving out like candy right now. I'm not comfortable with this.
You're being lenient right now. Scott Farrell.
Do the right thing here, Zaz.
Come on.
No.
What?
Whoa.
Are you high?
I mean,
Miami, local legend? No.
It was like not a long time that he was doing it down here.
Are
So
you,
it's no.
Are you just playing the game, am I likely to run into this person?
No. Maybe. No.
Well, Tommy Tighe was unsurprising to me because I think that he was partners with Tommy Tighe for
12
a
years.
while. So, Gary Abar. Why did you laugh
Do the right
at
thing.
that?
Do the right thing.
Why did you just laugh at
Contributions
Gary
to the game.
Abar
Do the
as
right thing.
a local legend? You can't.
No.
What?
Are
No.
you again?
What?
What is wrong with you?
They put sports writers in the Hall of Fame.
You
gotta
can't be
put
a
an
local legend. Nobody knows who you are.
No, they know who he is.
No,
Legend
they
of the
don't.
game.
He gets thanked at the end of every broadcast.
Oh, please.
Michelle Kaufman.
Ooh, no.
Man, you said been here for a long time.
I know. I'm tougher on my standards a little bit.
I don't know about all that.
Jessica Blaylock.
Yes.
Over
Yes.
Michelle Kaufman?
Over Gary Abar?
What are we? I mean, I love Jessica.
Do you know
this
ball?
Is not anti-Jessica
Do you know
Blaylock.
ball?
I love Jessica
Come on,
Blaylock, but
man.
just
Gary
how we gonna-
Abar is as solid as they
Come
come.
He's a saint.
Come on, Michelle Kaufman has been
Thank
in this
you.
market for as long
Thank
as
you.
Ira
Sorry.
Wenderman.
Well, if you
Sorry,
lose
I'm really not
connection on
sorry,
the
though.
ISDN, you're not calling Michelle Kaufman.
We love Jessica around here.
You're not calling Jessica Blaylock either.
Exactly.
I'm calling one person and one person only.
Maybe two. I call Tree.
Where's the backup coupler, Gary Abar?
Andy
Tree.
Slater. Andy Slater.
No.
Woo.
Medellin legend.
Woo. Kelly Sacco.
No.
Damian Amendola.
Damon Amendolara.
Yeah.
Amendola.
Football is back, Jack. Oh my, we've waited for so long. We're so damn excited that we put it in a song. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. Keep your fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air. When the chips are down and you throw a prayer. When your team is primed and on the hunt. It's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control. And we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gas. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back. Football is back, Jack.
All right, it's turkey time, Greg.
Uh-oh.
Gobble, gobble. You know I never welcomed Aunt Bonnie's ham. Competing main dishes need to scram. A social miscue. 'Cause my bird's me maximum. Now I'm kicking off my shoes. I gotta teach you, 'cause baby, I'll be barefoot in the driveway, an open garage door, by the bushes that I fell in before, at the Elsa, turking off with my friend Roy. Yeah, baby, talk turkey to me. Yeah, baby, talk turkey to me. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! Woo!
Happy Thanksgiving!
The mailing it in continues in a way that's embarrassing. This is the most mailing it in a day of the entire calendar year. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is today the most mailing it in day of the entire calendar year?
I will say Jessica's joining us later in the show. She texted me yesterday. This is embarrassing what Amin did with Weekend Observations.
It's unbelievable
So
what he did.
She has an F1 minute and a Jess's internet minute for us later.
So
She
she's
is
not mailing it in. I've got my hand in the dirt as a punishment throughout the show.
What kind of dirt you got there?
More, I don't know, but somebody just asked me if I had a Zen garden here. Like I was just asked.
That my dad's gift from last year.
It's more sand than dirt, but this is what they got me. So
That's definitely so annoying.
I've got my hand in the dirt. It's going to be hard to type. It's going to be hard to do the show.
More like hand on top of the dirt.
What Amin did yesterday is wildly embarrassing. Miller Lite should ask for a do-over. Miller Lite, one of our best sponsors, should be offended that an employee of ours did something so lazy on mailing it in week. He should
to go that far with it.
No, he should offer a public apology. That's how far I should go, because that was such a lack of effort. It truly honored Stugotz. Like, it honored him in the most artistic of ways. I've got 5 football topics that I want to get to, including Dominique Foxworth saying the Colts have a quarterback problem. But I can't get to any of them because I need to know if Jonathan Zaslow believes that the Sports Brothers are local legends.
Ooh.
Wow, what a pull.
Save this one for
Good,
video.
good deep cut. No.
Dos Amigos.
No.
What do you laugh?
I sense a trend here with who Zaz thinks
With
is
minorities.
legends and aren't legends in the market. Fellow Ramirez.
Don't look at me. Look at me right now. Don't shake your head. Look at me right now. We're going to have a problem, me and you. Just know that. We started the show. It's been 3 minutes. Don't do this.
Fellow is a lot easier than Craig Minervini.
Yes.
Craig,
Better.
He's scared.
he's just scared. He's playing
I'm
scared. He doesn't
scared.
even know anything about Fellow
I would
Ramirez.
jump through the entire glass right here like a missile to go get him.
I don't know that fool. What?
He broadcast into his 90s, I believe.
The Marlins guy.
Rest in peace. Felo.
Jorge Sedano.
No. He abandoned us.
Wow. Wasn't
He
Hall of Famer
abandoned us.
yesterday? This is a
But
sliding
Jessica
scale.
Blaylock is. I love Jessica.
Jessica didn't abandon us. Sedano identifies now with L.A. That's not a local legend.
The reason I bring all of this up is because Chucklefuck is going to join us, and I yesterday proclaimed Bob Wischusen a local legend, and everyone yelled at me. I thought he was a local legend. He's a really good broadcaster. He's at the top of the game. He's doing some of the biggest events in sports, and he did a good chunk of his career here. Not a giant chunk. Probably what I'm going to say 4 years.
Again, that's a good chunk. 4 years.
It was a blip.
It's an incredibly small chunk.
Did you not give any legendary status to any other people who had been here 4 years? Because you gave a lot of leeway to people who've been here 20. So let me ask you, Izzy Gutierrez, local legend, yes or no?
Yes.
Mark Hochman,
No.
I disagree.
What is wrong with you?
Hard disagree.
What's wrong with you?
It was his birthday this week.
Give a shit.
Whoa. Whoa.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Ethan Skolnick.
Controversial.
What's controversial?
Hawk's a legend, man. What are we doing?
I'm a legend, but Hawk's not.
Hawk's a legend. A drive-time legend.
He can do whatever he wants with his legendary status.
Oh, I see your agenda.
No.
What's my agenda?
Yeah, you know.
At least you got the hand dirt today.
On top of the dirt.
No.
No.
I'm shocked by the beefs that you are now soliciting throughout the sports world because of what it is that you're willing to do here. Ira Winderman.
Yes.
Hal Habib.
Oh, that.
Why are you laughing?
That tickles me.
You can't.
Funny.
You can't.
He was there for my dad's
You
50-yard
can't-
field goal.
Do you think a lot of people are tuning into the podcast today and being like, all right, not a good one today?
Mailing it in.
Yeah. Listen to Greg McElroy.
There are certain days I do for South Florida.
This is the local hour, though. You know what you're getting into.
But
You
there are
what,
certain,
Larry Milian.
If only there were local topics.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we won't get to them.
No,
I'm
I have
sure-
a bold
I'm-
new strategy.
I'm sure most of our audience is really, really just so upset that we're not getting another day of being pissed off at the College Football Playoff Committee. I'm sure they're
Jeremy,
really
we're talking about
upset.
Gary Abar right now, please.
I have-
Legend or not?
I have a bold new strategy.
I already said no. Don't ask
Brian
me
the
again.
Beast London.
Now that's me talking. You be careful.
What do you mean? It's you talking.
I love the Beast.
I'm going to say yes.
Thank you.
Everybody, you say beast, everybody knows that is. That
They
counts.
do. It's
But
true.
not Hawk?
A great nickname.
Not Michelle Kaufman either.
She needs a better nickname.
Michelle
She
Kaufman.
does.
The cough.
She doesn't.
That's not.
She doesn't
that,
have a good
cough.
nickname. Here comes the cough.
that is not a better. It's a,
Wait, I heard Michael Irvin.
it would have been-
Coach of Ben O, too.
would have been career ending
Michelle.
five years ago. The cough is a great nickname if you want to be remembered, a terrible nickname if you want to be remembered fondly. I have been told here, I don't know what's true, and we will get to the local stories in a moment, but I've been told that Jonathan Zaslow, and he may have announced this at some point earlier in his career, but announced to his listeners on his podcast, the Zaslow Show 2.0.
There's no the. It's just Zaslow Show 2.0.
Drop the.
With.
The Zaslow Show
Did it again.
2.0 is something you can get wherever it is you get your podcasts. And I was informed that yesterday you revealed, perhaps for the first time, but maybe for the first time for both our audience and the people in this room, that there's only one circumstance under which you block people.
Oh, yeah.
There is only one. Do any of you know what this is? There's only one thing that will make the affable and friendly Jonathan Zaslow, friend to all except for minorities who want local legendary status, in the market. There's only one situation. And
Because I don't believe in blocking people.
And, well, except for this one thing you can do.
Yeah.
None of you know. If you send Zaslow any photos of spiders.
Dude, I don't even like.
Hey, here it
my
comes.
toes are curling now. Don't play a joke on me right now. I'm telling you, it's not going to end well for anybody.
We would not do that for to you or around you. We would not surround you in an assortment of spiders. But I am just learning now. South Florida, not a great place
I'm
for
so
you.
uncomfortable right now.
But South Florida, not a great place for you. We've got to leave.
oh my God, no, I can't. You can't. You got to take it down. You got to take it down.
We've got to lead the country in weird, swampy creatures that are scary. We must have a ton of spiders in South Florida. I don't know how we measure these things based on climate, but what would be America's leader in spiders? Any guesses?
I hear Australia is really bad.
No, but America's leader, Australia's spiders.
They're the ones that'll kill you.
Those are giant,
Where
big
it
ones that would
rains-
terrify anybody.
It rains spiders in Australia. You're never more than 8 feet away from a spider.
Put it on the poll
That
at
can't be
Lebitard
No, it's
Show.
true.
Right now, I am.
Put it on the
No, you're
poll
not.
at Lebitard Show. Does it rain spiders in Australia? And are you ever 8 feet away more than 8 feet away from any spider in the world? Yes or no? So this is legitimate. This is a fear for how long?
I'm telling you, like, people don't send me pictures because it's not even negotiable. Like, I'll block you, and I don't want to block you, but I'll block you, and then I'll never unblock you, and it's a whole thing. So just, like, don't send me pictures. I'm telling you, it's not a joke.
All right. We will continue to see if they get me more and more spiders here because his body language is.
What a shit stirrer.
Is this arachnophobia? Is that what it's? Is that what
Yes.
that's
Nailed
called?
it, Dano.
But you're legitimate? Like, does he now? Have we diagnosed him with arachnophobia? Because
So it's super nice to just put a bunch of spiders. This is so you. We're wacky. Guy's afraid of spiders.
It's
Mail it
not.
in
It's
Wednesday.
not a joke. I'm telling you. Like, if someone brought in a spider here, it doesn't matter if we're friends. Like, I punch my way out of here.
We should have the thing where Ron brings the
not-
animals
nope.
and just brings mad
Nope.
spiders instead
Nope.
of animals.
Zaz,
It ends with me punching my way out.
I'm halfway through spitting chiclets.
Stugotz has called 911 on a frog. He was terrified and behaved that way around Ron McGill when he came in with an assortment of spiders. Having just learned this, I will figure out what to do with it in coming days and weeks.
You gotta take it down. You gotta take it down. Gotta take the picture down.
Look how many eyes it has.
Yeah, it's a big one. That's a big one.
More eyes or legs?
You think in Australia they are as numb to their size spiders as we can be in this town because of the amount of spiders that we have in this town? Like, that they're numb to it the same way. A
numb
giant
to it.
spider in a
They
saloon.
open up their toilets. There's a crocodile in it. Like they're grateful to see a spider.
I believe that's a stereotype that probably would offend Australians.
Every video that I've seen of a snake in a toilet
You didn't
comes
make it a
from
snake.
Australia.
You made
I
it a
understand.
crocodile.
And they're venomous.
Oh, yeah, I
Down
understand.
under.
There was one video that I was seeing where it was like a huge boa constrictor that collapsed a roof.
Yes, I
And the guy's like, man, that's breaks, them the breaks.
Yeah.
They say it just like that.
Yeah, just like
Whip,
that.
them
Put
the breaks.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Are there crocodiles in the toilets in Australia as we continue to stereotype these people? Chris, do you have anything more from the Thanksgiving file that we have to dump out here? Because I want to get to a bunch of things today, and I don't want to mail in today's show. So just do me the favor of getting me the useless sound montage, getting me also Big Mac, because you have a Big Mac. This is like a weekly segment now where we go to Doc Master Big Mac here, who lets everyone into the luxury Elser, and nobody gets past him unless Big Mac says you can get past him. What are Big Mac's thoughts this holiday season about the Dolphins, I'm assuming? It's always the Dolphins.
No, Dan. Usually it's the Dolphins. Today, hey, day before Thanksgiving, we're getting Big Mac's take on Thanksgiving.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same to you.
What do you think of turkey?
Turkey? No, I love turkey. I love
Yeah.
turkey. I got turkey. I like ham.
Yeah.
And collard greens, mac and cheese. You already know.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Mailing it in, the work of Chris Cody.
I mean, turkey, ham, got collard greens, got mac and cheese. Got
You
a
already
staple
know.
right there.
Yeah, Zaslow, this time at least you stayed for the duration of the interview as opposed to walking away.
I was walking with Chris yesterday, and he walked away from Mac, and he was still talking. I had to look back.
Have
but
you
Chris
guys
was
ever
already
not
walking.
done a stop and chat? You chat for 10 seconds, you keep it moving. Like, what am I supposed to sit there for 40 minutes?
Whoa!
Just while you're taping content, you should
Savi
stay
is
till
on
the
part of
end
my take.
thoughts.
Oh, what does he got to say?
I mean, he's in the best picture of the year, in my opinion. Begonia.
I have an update on the crocodiles in the Australian toilets. Per Google AI, they do not have crocodiles in toilets. But when I went to Reddit Ask an Australian, there is someone who says that they have butt plug dispensers in most public toilets here in Australia.
Now we're
Just put
cooking.
one up your butt. It'll stop them from calling in. They're biodegradable. So, of course, what did I do after that? I Googled Australian butt plug dispenser on our work computer.
You're at work.
Unfortunately, doesn't seem like that's real. Just a comment on Reddit Ask an Australian. Back to you, Dan.
So you just broke into programming with a comment on Reddit? that were butt plug.
No less
dispensers.
real than any of the Google AI shit we've been telling you for the last year and a half.
This sound right here is indeed real off of your NFL football. It's the useless sound montage, and I am told just in time for this time of year, they're built ram tough, and I think you should fear them if you are anybody who plays football in the universe. And I'm told that Sean McVay is the star of the useless sound montage and a rising star in general in providing the most useless of sound.
Gravy on a biscuit. I like that, Nick.
Thought he was game. He always is.
I asked him what week it was, and everybody said it doesn't matter.
Everybody wants to talk about numbers and records. That doesn't mean
Our guys, they just keep showing up, man.
You can be down 21-0, and you just keep playing.
Talk about resilience, toughness, staying together, guys having each other's backs, keep playing.
Give credit to that team, man. They played hard, threw the kitchen sink at us.
You're not going to come to Lambeau Field and win a game.
It was like 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
We talk about playing clean, and we really gave them 2 balls there.
Get up.
We were able to get it in there.
This team has fun, and good football is fun. And when you're doing it with good people that you don't want to let down, that's really fun.
we'll get some reinforcements back at some point, but until then, we got to hold down the fort.
I thought our defense could have smiled in the face of adversity better.
You know me, I kind of call plays for players.
You get a hat on a hat, and he's going to find it.
Pissed off. We got a bad taste in our mouth the last 2 weeks, and we should be.
He's not in the perfect shape.
You don't play teams' records in this league.
There's always improvements to be made by our players, and some you can see, some you can't see.
Any number of plays could have changed the outcome of the game, and that's why we just got to live every down singularly.
It wasn't perfect by any means, but it was, I would say, just enough.
Told them you can enjoy it for a couple hours, but really today's Wednesday in our world.
This is the NFL, so this is what happens when you play a 17-game season.
There's no silver lining in losing.
You always feel multiple emotions after a game, but winning is what matters.
I'll take that win. That's a good win.
Can't win the game in the first quarter, second, third, but you win the game in the fourth quarter, man.
The one positive on that was the guys kept going, kept punching. And
let's stay humble. Let's stay in the moment. Let's continue to lean into our preparation.
Donovan Jackson, I believe, also had an ankle and a foot. Ultimately, didn't do enough all 3 phases to win the game.
We're not going to apologize for winning around here.
It's tight when it's good on good, particularly when you're in a hostile environment.
It's just like anything else. He's a fine wine. He's just getting better with age. Yeah, you like that one.
Everything we need to do is right in front of us, but we got a lot of work to do.
I mean, this guy's going to the house, and he's got the juice to make it happen.
A couple plays away from winning a game.
We all know that humility's only a week or a day away.
Well, the fight, I mean, it is what it is. We don't appreciate losing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was 30, but he.
I'll talk to you guys about next week. Next week, I'm here to analyze what just transpired.
It did feel like quite a while, you know. I mean, I saw him drifting in the pocket. I'm like, get him.
Because if you can't make it on 4th down and 1, man, oftentimes you don't deserve to win.
The only thing that would matter is if the season ended right now. What a job by Ethan. I thought Ethan did a great job on those.
Wait a second. I'm with that, actually.
I like that a lot.
Ethan edited that.
I was about to compliment him on a job well done until that dismount where he
Snuck
inserted
that in.
He inserted himself. I was about to give him the rarest of things around here. A genuine compliment for having a good ear for what sound is most useless and why the sound is useless. He did a great job. McVay is a good press conference to rummage around. You'll find 40 things in every time that McVay talks.
And Ethan, like McVay didn't say it the way Ethan said. You can hear how harsh the edits are
it's a
here.
terrible edit. Like I was really gonna before the last part of that. Okay, on mail-in day of the calendar, I was about to give an employee. Yes, right before Thanksgiving. I was about to give thanks for him learning. It took long enough, and his dog is shit in enough places around here for him to learn the musical notes required for useless to be most useless until he screwed it up at the end by using a shitty AI version of Sean McVay thanking him for that edit.
What a job by Ethan. I thought Ethan did a great job on those.
That was a bad edit.
Like very harsh.
Yeah.
Just asinine the way he tries to sneak into the show. We've got to get a standard around here that gets protected. Zaslow is legitimately uncomfortable. I didn't actually realize.
I have so much anxiety.
I didn't
right
even
now.
realize. I didn't realize that he's not doing a bit. That he has diagnosable anachrophobia. So arachnophobia.
Damien.
I know what that is.
I'm sorry to him. I'm sorry to Zaslow and Damien Amendola. thing that I wanted to talk about with last night's wet sock comes out and explains why Miami is now ahead of Utah, why Miami is number 12, more than any of the minutiae involved with the stupidity of this month-long argument, which is just the way to sell college football in the middle of the week on a Wednesday if you don't want to be talking about what Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan were doing last night. The polls have Miami at 12. They have jumped Utah now. And now, because they're making it up as they go along, they're saying that Miami and Notre Dame is indeed in a tier where they can be discussed with each other.
Same tier?
But the stupidity of yesterday was this to me. After installing this wet sock to be the public face and voice of these stupid explanations, replacing the previous less wet sock that was the voice for this, they clearly gave this overmatched person whose name I will not care to remember because of what a hood ornament he is on this stupidity. They clearly gave him the coaching of make a 6-7 joke. Make a 6-7 joke. Yeah, you'll kill him. Look, just get in there and you'll be really on the cutting edge. You'll reach the children if you make a 6-7 joke. So here he is. They've given him the coaching. Look how poorly this car salesman does this.
But there was a change at 6-7 with Oregon and Ole Miss swapping spots. How much of an impact potentially could it be on Ole Miss if it's determined they don't have their head coach in the field?
6-7. But seriously, Rich, we didn't have any discussion.
Hold on. Bring that back. I want everyone to watch this with me and just look across his face. He asked me the 6-7 question. I'm ready for this. They coached me up on this. I got the producers. Watch his face. It streaks across his face. This is where I get to make the big joke that kills and show them that I'm a less wet sock than they think I am.
But there was a change at 6-7 with Oregon and Ole Miss swapping spots. How much of an impact potentially could it be on Ole Miss if it's determined they don't have their head coach in the field?
6-7. But seriously, Rich, we didn't have any discussion.
He laid out for Reese Davis to laugh.
He called him Rich Davis.
Rich Davis.
He called him Rich?
Yeah. You didn't catch that?
Listen to the whole...
No, I was too stunned with what was taking place.
It was after, but seriously, like any great comic.
Yeah.
Watch his face, the smirk. He's got so much time to deliver this, and he knows it, and he's like, this is the pitch I've been waiting for since they installed me as the puppet in this position to make these dumbass arguments every week.
But there was a change at 6-7 with Oregon and Ole Miss swapping spots. How much of an impact potentially could it be on Ole Miss if it's determined they don't have their head coach in the field?
6-7. But seriously, Rich, we didn't have any discussion.
Holy shit.
They coached him up on 6-7 and the but seriously, but he blew it on the Rich. He was almost there. He almost got to the finish line.
You think he was almost there?
Yeah.
Flawless execution until that point?
Well, he thought he did. Look at... He had time to prep for that.
Dan, that's why you work smaller clubs before you really hit the big venues to do your hours, so you can kind of fix those kinks.
Throw him right into a stadium show.
I don't think he was coached. I really don't. I think that this is a guy who either has a kid, a nephew, somebody who he's seen do the 6-7 jokes all the time, and when he hears Rich specifically say 6-7, it puts him in a position where he goes, I bet I can make a joke here. That's why the long pause, because he's waiting to see whether or not it landed, and then he's so nervous that's why he calls him Rich.
I think Zaz disagrees.
No, you're so off base here, Jim.
You did the same thing.
When did I do the same thing?
When you killed the 6-7 joke.
6-7.
Oh my god. I think by the way, I think Reese Davis was set up to say it like that.
That's what I mean. The way
nobody says, why would you say there was a change 6-7?
Yep.
Nobody talks like that.
Reese was trying to go viral,
right?
And this guy dunked on him.
You would say there was a change with the 6 and 7 spots.
Right.
That's what you would say. You don't say there's a change 6-7.
Yeah.
So I think Wet Sock was told, hey, we're going to make a joke here, and we're going to pass it along to Reese Davis, so he's going to tee you up on your joke.
Wet sock is a great insult for someone who lacks charisma. Jeremy, I am a little stunned after Zaslow came after Tony the way that he did yesterday with you're high, you're out to lunch.
I played myself.
You played yourself.
Which I took offense to, by the way.
Yes. Adam Silver doing nothing.
Ben Stiller, you fool.
Ben Stiller looking like a fool.
Yeah.
He just hit Jeremy with "you're embarrassing yourself."
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be mean, but somebody had to say it.
You take back the embarrassing yourself?
No.
So why are you apologizing? Why are you saying I'm sorry?
Because it was mean.
Okay, but you had to say it.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, I had to say the mean thing. And I apologize for saying the mean
You're
thing.
making yourself look like a fool.
Zaslow is brave. Zaslow is he's the only one in the country I've heard with this take, and he's doing it strongly. And let's get the graphic we now have for Zaslow, because Zaslow had a big victory yesterday.
Yep.
The fact, Tony, you're shaking your head.
Didn't.
No, yes, the Carolina
Sure
Panthers. Look, you get the same suspension in football if you spit on a dude's face as you do if you punch him in the groin with a cast. Yep. On behalf of Zaslow and general decorum, the NFL did the proper thing and suspended a criminal who should be charged with felonious crimes.
But this is so, the fact that people who like punching in football are at zero, that's not true. For weeks,
we've ran up the score.
We get a punch
500 to
almost
1.
every week.
Most recently, this week, if we started the scoring on Monday night.
Well, I'm not starting the scoring right now.
That was last week.
Zaslow's up 1-0 today.
The NFL has turned a blind eye to an epidemic in their sports, and finally, so
you got a point.
Yeah, the count starts now because this is a precedent. Let's see what happens now moving forward. This is a precedent that has finally been set. It has been acknowledged, and that is when the ball is 10 yards away, you don't just get to punch people. That player has now been suspended. All right.
I agree with you, but that's not your argument. Your argument is you shouldn't be able to punch the football. That's my beef with you.
That's not my argument. I've specifically said that I am okay if you
They've
punch
been
the
suspending
football.
people for punches all the time.
If you punch, no, but that's because after the play. If you punch the football, that's fine. But if you punch the football and miss, that's not allowed. That's what I've been saying, Tony. So punch at your own discretion.
Chris Canty's on with Kevin Clark.
A game suspension is a serious thing in the NFL. If they give you 1/17 of the paychecks they're taking away. You saw Jamar Chase went from lying in the locker room to I'm so sorry and wrong. I'm so very wrong that I spit in Jalen Ramsey's face. These are now equivalent crimes, and this is a victory for Zaslow. Zaslow, seeing this punished this way. Wait a minute. You guys are going to both shake your heads at this?
Yes, 100%, because I get what he's saying, but that's more closer to punching after the play than an actual punching of a football, because that was not a football play. The ball was behind him. He wasn't going for the ball. He was just clearly trying to get even with Juwan Jennings or get one up on Juwan Jennings. That happened a couple weeks ago where there was a guy, I think, for the 49ers or for the Bucks that threw a jab at somebody, and I think it hit an official, and he got suspended for a game.
And we're finally putting an end to this nonsense.
All right, Zaslow may indeed be afraid of spiders, but he's showing real bravery here. Real bravery.
Not brave, please.
I also thought Mike Ryan
Cowering
was brave yesterday in terms of spewing UM propaganda everywhere and in his righteous rage taking out shit-stirring Joey Galloway, who he called out by name, Bob Wischusen, who I said is a local legend, and you guys disputed that he's a local legend. I'm saying that this man is a local legend. You guys called him chuckle fuck, and then you accused Lou Riddick of being his co-conspirator. So, Mike, the whole thing is yours here. Take it up.
You think I'm afraid to tell Chucklefuck to his face what he did? Chucklefuck knows. All right?
He knows what he did?
I texted Chucklefuck as a broadcast was going on. Hey, Chucklefuck, what are we doing over here? And then Lou Riddick with the nerve, the temerity to go to social media afterwards and say, oh, no, I think head-to-head should matter. Well, it would have been nice to hear that on the broadcast as you carried water. How did those microphones survive with all the water you were spilling? Carrying it for the ACC and the CFP. What were you doing out there?
His nostrils are flaring. He seems enraged. He doesn't think this is funny as you.
Hello, Chuckle.
As you do. Hello, Bob.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fuck. I believe you're the voice of hockey. You know how much I respect and admire you. I've had a beer with your face on it. And you know I love you, Bob. But that was bad what you did over the weekend. You need to make it right.
You know I heard everything you said before that.
Yep.
Right? I heard the whole lead-in,
Yes.
not
the
just
whole thing?
that part of the lead-in.
Yep. Good. I mean, I'm courageous. What do you want me to say? It's one of my strong suits. Everyone's wow. Brave.
By the way, I don't know who's in charge of fonting the show. Have I been fonted correctly? I can't see. I'd like the full nickname because the nickname is it's a chef's kiss. It really encapsulates me, I think. So I'd like that on there.
I've never thought of you as Chucklefuck. You are a serious person who can do levity but really respects the craft. So when he accuses you of chucklefuckery, I'm a little bit surprised because I find you to be, a standard bearer for your industry.
I appreciate you saying that. I mean, I've known you for like 30 years, and I've known a lot of these guys on this show through our mutual love of hockey for a while. This is the first time I've been asked on this show, and it's to let Mike Ryan yell at me. So I'm not really sure that's nice.
Usually how it goes.
But I'm willing. You can yell at me.
But what would be your rebuttal to what he's saying as someone who was in this market, working in this market for how many years, Bob?
About 3.5.
Okay, and during
a huge chunk
during that time, that's why Zaslow will not call you a local legend.
He's right.
He says it's
New
not
York
long
legend.
enough.
New York legend.
Yes,
but I don't care about New York.
But during that time, you saw enough, I think, of what happens around the University of Miami to at least think that what he's accusing you of there. You've heard it before in this market. Local broadcaster who goes up to national fame, does the UM game, is now chuckling at UM's scenario when UM's about to get bleeped by these wet socks who run the NCAA.
Yeah, like my answer to all of this is it's not my system. We're just reacting to the system as the system is. So, like, we could do a broadcast where we yell and scream for 3 hours about how Miami's getting screwed.
Yes.
And it would be like a South Florida sports radio broadcast. We could take calls.
Yeah.
Right, maybe after a play. We'll
I
go,
like that.
I'm saying Hialeah. Do you want to come on and talk about how Miami's getting screwed?
Like, yes.
Like, we could do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's only right since you guys were off the other end, on the opposite end of the spectrum.
No, we weren't.
Yes, you were. Yes, you
we
were, Bob.
put up a full screen comparing Miami and Notre Dame and their resumes. We talked about the fact that Miami beat Notre Dame head-to-head.
Most people don't know this.
We also lived in the world that we had to live in on Saturday, which was, and this is, again, it's not my system. I don't agree with the system. I wouldn't have this system, but the system is they have to be in this, like, 3-team pod with Notre Dame to be discussed, to have the head-to-head take into account. Okay. How do they get into that 3-team pod?
They're in the pod
with Notre
now.
Dame. The only mechanism they have to get into that discussion with Notre Dame is to rack up style points and win convincingly. And they're playing a team that's below 500 that fired their coach 3 weeks into the season because they got drilled at home by Old Dominion. And now they're only winning by 10 in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Like, they needed to win that game very impressively to move up. We wanted them to win the game impressively,
I hear you.
so they would move up to be in a pod with Notre Dame.
I hear you, but it doesn't seem to matter when Notre Dame is up 10-7 on NC State or just up 2 points against BC, who has one win.
I didn't do those games.
I understand, Bob. Bob, you're doing great right now, and I agree with everything that you're saying. But according to the CFP, they did get moved up to the same tier. They were directly compared, and the CFP has just decided this year they're not going to count head-to-head as a primary tiebreaker. This is wrong. It's an assault on football.
I agree with that, but the way it was explained to me was it's a 3-team pod, and they were like 4 or 5 teams separate, right? So you couldn't break. Like the head of the CFP himself said, if they get into that like kind of 3-team pod discussion, then we will take the head-to-head much more into account, which, believe me, to me is ridiculous. Yes, if they beat Notre Dame, I would think that they would be ranked ahead of Notre Dame. And I think it's ridiculous to say it was the first game of the season. Like, those games don't count.
I like this. You feel attacked.
I'm
and I'm
100% on board with that. The other thing, and we talked to Mario Cristobal about this, what is the message that the committee is sending to a team like Miami, who schedules Notre Dame, who schedules Florida, who schedules USF, who's turned into a ranked team? Like, why not play 4 Bethune-Cookmans and just warm up for your conference season if you're not going to get credit? Well, you don't get credit for those wins just because they're at the start of the season? I'm with all of that. But this is my talk show host coming out in me.
Oh, I miss him. That's why you're a local legend. Sir, I dare say, I dare say, and this is a compliment, though it may sound like an insult, that Bob Wischusen was better at sports radio than he is at even play-by-play.
No, he's the best hockey play-by-play guy.
This is no slight on his play-by-play.
You just watch it on mute.
Nope. I'm telling you guys don't know young Wischusen as a sports radio host. The arguments that this man would make that he now mutes on television on behalf of the public of snowflakes that doesn't want opinions with their play-by-play guy. Bob, yes or no, Bob? If you had chosen that as the path, you would have been better if you'd done 30 years of that instead of play-by-play, you would have been better as a sports radio talk show host than you are at play-by-play.
I mean, I like yelling at people. I enjoy that.
And you're annoyed. You came in spicy. Came in spicy.
I mean, I do have to.
I mean, we yelled at him.
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
I mean, Bob's like, all right, Mike, we're friendly, but we're not that friendly.
Yeah. we're friendly enough where, to me, again, I should be fonted right now with the nickname. To me, the nickname it encapsulates me.
Our
I
video
think
team is
perfect.
Our video team's trying to keep up with all the F words.
Yes.
That's where they're at right now.
That's where they are right now. I love that so far during this conversation, Bob has complained that we haven't had him on, even though we've known him for as long as this show has been on. And also that Chucklefuck is sort of the opposite of what his public persona is. What you're doing there is disrespectful, saying that he's on the broadcast, not treating it professionally because he doesn't agree with your opinion.
Whoa, no, he was doing a great job for the CFP. I think the CFP gave him A+ across the board. He did great. They went in with an established narrative, and he and Lou hammered it home. Miami's got to win this game at Blacksburg by more points than they've ever won in this town, because every time in my adult life, I'm thrilled to win a game in that town by 3 scores, but I can't enjoy the game because I'm like, we got to put up 50 on them.
They're 3-7.
Mike, Mario Cristobal knew he had to win that game by more.
Yeah.
There was 25 seconds to go in the game, and his starting quarterback throwing passes on 4th down into the end zone to his best wide receiver.
I've heard that, but it was a big 4th and 2 play, and they needed to get that first down to seal the game, and they just decided to throw it into the end zone. That checked 2 boxes for them. But everyone's like, they called the timeout just to run it up. They were also trying to salt that game away. Virginia Tech gets the ball back if they don't get that 4th down.
They were up 10 with 25 seconds to go.
Hey, that's plenty of time. They were that Beamer ball. You're not familiar? They got an onside kick earlier. Yeah. Game's still in the balance, Bob. But I hear you, and I understand. My lament is the need for
Why did Notre Dame score 70?
Well, they're
Why
throwing
did
a
they
lacrosse
hang
player
70?
out there at quarterback.
Do you think Marcus Freeman wants to run out to midfield and shake Fran Brown's hand after scoring 70 points on him?
No.
What do you think he's saying at midfield? Man, I'm sorry.
It's just
this is the system. It's not my system. We had to do this. I apologize.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, nice font. See, that's exactly what it ought to be.
And you and I are in agreement that it's not right, that everyone's going into these games thinking that they have to beat the opposition by a certain amount of points in order to keep up, when the most obvious of tiebreakers is staring everybody in the face, and that's bypass. We're talking more about quality losses than head-to-head matchups. It's crazy, Bob, and I'm so glad that you're on my page now, and we can go ahead and correct this on the broadcast on Saturday, and we can let the people know your voice matters, Mr. Chucklefuck.
Yeah, my voice does not matter a lick. I'm not a South Florida legend, and the name fits. And to me, again, our job is to document the game. Our job is to document that event in the parameters of what is going on in the event, which is that the committee has said this is what Miami has to do, clearly through their actions, because you do not get credit for ACC wins. You get penalized more for ACC losses. Just look at the ratings for the ACC teams, right? This league, it is what it is, right? They're just not respected the way the other 3 Power 4 leagues are.
But the way that you're doing this, Bob, the sports radio host in you, okay, if we're going to make this about merit, not judging scorecards, this isn't gymnastics, this isn't boxing, okay? It's not supposed to be judges, even though we've been doing it this way for a long time. The stupidity and how it is that we're doing this, when you're simply telling me out loud as a national voice for these things, I understand the ACC is not respected as a conference, but no one seems to be saying in your position, and the SEC is shit as a conference this year. It just happens to have a reputation that makes it feel like those teams are better than Louisville and SMU when they're not. They're just in different uniforms.
And again, that's an opinion, right? And that's not the opinion of the committee, right? So, yeah, do I think that the teams in the ACC, because I've covered them most of the year, are better than they're given credit for? Yeah, I do. But, again, we can only live when we're documenting the game in the world that the committee tells us is the parameters.
Well, no,
Mike's
Mike's asking you as a Miami legend to fight the power.
I'm asking you to change the world, Bob.
He's asking you and your co-conspirator.
He's asking you and Lou Riddick to change the world.
It's time to take sides, Bob. And people who sit out
Your
the
voice
side-taking
matters.
time, they're on a side. They're on the wrong side.
This is war. War doesn't determine who is right. It determines who is left.
And if there's anybody that can move that needle, clearly it is South Florida media legend Chucklefuck.
Thank you. You get it now. This guy gets it.
Okay. You just admitted something, though, that I was surprised by in all of your professionalism. You said out loud, I was rooting for Miami to win big.
Because I think to get them into that pod of teams with Notre Dame, so they get the credit for that head-to-head win, which, again, I don't agree with that system. That is the system. That's why we talked to Mario Cristobal during the week. He acknowledged that they needed to win these games and win them impressively. He even said,
what did he say?
That, like, at the end of the Syracuse and NC State games, he was thinking, what am I supposed to do? Am I not supposed to put my threes out there when we're up 41-0 or 38-3? And then Syracuse scores a touchdown or NC State scores a touchdown against my third stringers. And now we only won 38-10. We didn't win 38-0. We only won 41-7. So he even acknowledged the world that he was living in and what he thought he had to do on Saturday. And that's why he threw the ball in the end zone on a meaningless play at the end of the game just to try and add 7 more
Are a lot of people accusing you of anti-Miami bias, or just Mike Ryan saying that you and your
It was a thing
co-conspirator
online.
Lou Riddick?
I didn't invent Chucklefuck. That was created by the Canes community online.
Love the Canes community.
Okay, I don't believe you.
I don't believe him either. He was very clearly rooting for Virginia Tech.
I mean, he's coming here.
Oh, God.
You were.
Now we are.
Hey,
now we are your local show hour where you're going to go to Jose and Hialeah next, and he
Yeah.
can pile on about the fact that
He's got good takes, by the way.
He's got good takes.
He's got good takes. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like you weren't cutting it up with James Franklin from Blacksburg for 3 quarters. That was ridiculous.
I saw you pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, you liked him.
Yeah, that was excessive. Letting James Franklin do that used car salesman thing for a quarter and a half of your broadcast.
You know what you do next game? You bring up Alex Mirabal from the sidelines, and you just talk about the trenches and how we dominate the line of scrimmage.
Deal.
I feel like this is working, guys.
We're doing this for the 12th best team in the country.
All right, so Bob, do you have any UM games left? Do you want to make any requests?
Pittsburgh, I think.
Do you have
Saturday?
So you want to give him any requests, so that he can, so that you want to get your propaganda in the mainstream, and he is telling you that he is trying to do things according to the system. What kind of anarchy would you like to request?
I have a whole process. Anytime ACC people, broadcast people are in town, we wine, we dine, we take them out to a steakhouse. We'll add 2 to the resi. I have Gorby add 2 more. We'll get you at the steak table, and we'll work him. We'll just lay out a couple of practical arguments, such as head-to-head, and then, whether you know it or not, you've just been sweet-talked into carrying out our propaganda. This shit works.
Do those practical arguments include the 2 unranked losses in the last 6 weeks, or do they not?
SMU is actually ranked now, pal. Check your notes.
The only team in the top 17 where that's the case.
Check your notes.
I feel like SMU's a good team. What needs to happen, Bob? For 2 straight years, they were a playoff team.
Stan, no one has gone. No one has gone. I'm talking to jack shit. I'd rather talk to Chucklefuck. No one has gone into that stadium in ACC play and come out with a dub.
Because the ACC stinks.
No, it doesn't stink. It doesn't. You stink. FSU beat Alabama.
There we go.
That's what I saw.
Yeah,
you know what?
That's great.
You stink.
For the guy who doesn't have a lot to say.
You stink.
All right. Enough. Make that a T-shirt, please. The ACC doesn't stink. You stink. I think we can sell many of those T-shirts.
So did we.
I'm just glad you're level-headed about this.
Bob Wischusen is being a voice of reason here.
Now.
Bob, I don't know if you qualify for whatever the haughty standard of journalist would be, but you're aspiring to a higher standard of broadcast.
Did we.
You're aspiring to objectivity, correct?
And obviously Mike Ryan's playing this right down the middle. Clearly he is.
I got eyes.
He is Switzerland in this argument. But
I'd argue for
Saturday,
SMU.
now, if the Canes win on Saturday, that's 4 ranked wins because Pitt's ranked again.
We all know what they're doing. We all know what they're doing by putting Pittsburgh at the bottom of that. They're just doing this so that they can continue to jump Utah. I mean, it's ridiculous, the bias against the Big 12. It's unbelievable what they're doing.
Okay.
That's what you sound like, you fool.
Yep, that's unnecessary. Jeremy.
Why don't you let him say that to you? I'm not going to let him talk to Bob that way. That was really rude to our guest.
Sorry, Chucklefuck.
You fool.
6, 7.
All right, let's play this for Bob Wischusen, and let's have him break down here what happened here, because I'm maintaining that this wet sock was given production help before the show, doesn't know how to sell what he's selling because they just threw him into a position he's overmatched for. He sees that Reese Davis is asking him a question, and the smile comes across his face because he's like, I've got a pop culture joke that's going to kill. And then he gets Reese Davis's name wrong because he's a fool.
But there was a change at 6-7 with Oregon and Ole Miss swapping spots. How much of an impact potentially could it be on Ole Miss if it's determined they don't have their head coach in the field?
6, 7. But seriously, Rich, we didn't have any discussion.
Oh, my God.
But seriously, Rich.
Oh, my God.
That's a good chuckle.
That's me. I'm living up to my nickname.
What? Break that down for us. Tell us straight what happened.
Yeah,
there.
what was your favorite part of that?
Reese almost or Rich almost laughed uncomfortably as if he didn't know that was coming. You'd have to think he would have been in on the joke, right? Like he's doing this and then he's supposed to spike it away, right? I would have thought he almost seemed surprised that he went there.
No, he was surprised at how poorly it came out.
That might be true.
Yeah, one of those people is good at television, and the other person shouldn't be on television. they were trying to do the comedy stylings of how do we sell this made-for-TV thing to America. I know, I've got a 6-7
I
joke.
love that we're giving this guy like an opportunity that this could have been cool. Like there's just zero. Like you guys are like, if he said it, no, it was gonna be awkward and weird no matter what.
Not with that pattern on that blazer.
What is the fairest thing to say when you're critiquing the fact that we are playing college football games violently and not actually doing this based on merit? We're doing it on some sort of formula that's subjective and meant to create argument as part of a month-long build-up to what the playoffs have become, which is the second biggest professional sport in America.
When has it not been that way? In college football, this is always what it's been. It's always been a subjective argument, right? It's not objective. I mean, if it was objective, then Miami wouldn't have to throw a touchdown pass with 12 seconds to go in a game that's over. So, yeah, I mean, the idea of getting to 12 teams, and ultimately 16, I think we all know we're going there, is that once you get at least 12 to 16 teams in the argument, you've maybe hit critical mass.
No, trust me, I thought 12 would.
You've hit critical mass where you've got at least you got the 7 or 8 best teams in there, and maybe that's supposed to say yes, we've got a true national champion, and we decided it on the field like that, right? I mean, that's like the NCAA basketball tournament. We argue for a minute about the bubble teams, but then when that argument's over, we kind of forget about the bubble teams because there's 68 teams in the tournament. I don't know how many college football teams you'd have to get in where the bubble teams would really no longer be relevant past that one argument. Maybe I obviously don't think 12 is it. Maybe we have to get to 16, but that's the idea of this, that there will be objectivity once we get to the playoff, because now all you have to do is win.
You broadcast everything, but when I say you associate yourself most which sport, top of the food chain for you?
I guess it depends on who. I mean, in the New York, I'm certainly associated with the Jets. I've been doing that for 24 years. On ESPN, it's probably 50-50 at this point. I mean, the hockey community seems to have learned who I am, and
the reason I bring it up is someone
he's being modest, Dan. Like Bob Wischusen on the internet is considered the best guy going on hockey.
Okay, so this is the reason that I brought it up. I thought he was going to answer hockey. I was lobbing it to him. He and I have the same chemistry as Rich and the wet sock. But the reason I wanted to go here with him is because as someone who had 3.5 years in this market, please give me the historical context for what you're witnessing from these Panthers, because to have that be the organizational stability that flogs both countries in that sport, I'm still stupefied by it.
It's amazing, and it's awesome. I mean, I was at Panthers opening night, like the opening night in 1993. So saw it from its very beginnings. We're all in this hockey chat. I've told the guys on the hockey chat, one of the things I think is most awesome is I got a bunch of guys texting me who have like Hispanic last names, who are natives of South Florida, who are diehard Panthers fans. Like that's proof that hockey is a product is great no matter where you take it and who you show it to. Be exposed to it, and you're going to see what a great game it is. But the fact that these guys are all diehard hockey fans, I think, is amazing. I mean, I remember the days where you went into Blockbuster Video and like there was a John Van Beesbrook tape that would go along with your rental where you could take it home and it would be like, here are the rules to hockey.
That's a
this
good
is
sentence
icing.
right
This is
there.
offsides. Like, you know, like the first scene in Slapshot. And now, I mean, hockey's as baked into South Florida as it is anywhere.
You know about that 2-line pass, Dan?
You know about that Blockbuster?
2-line pass. Imagine how good Pavel Bure would be in today's game.
What, Chris Cody? Why were you laughing throughout Bob Wischusen's talking?
No, because he mentioned the Hispanic names and Mike just started rattling them off behind me.
Jose Lasso, Chase Romero.
I didn't like the spice in Wischusen's voice when he took out Jose from Hialeah.
I didn't like that
on
too.
the
Nah,
phone.
I didn't like that.
It's a play on for
dependable
me.
caller.
Play
I
on
didn't
for
like
me.
that. I didn't like that.
He's a good caller.
Is it? You
A
should
play
be-
on for you?
Play on for you. You should be the decider of this. Yeah, for sure.
How about you, Zaz? What do you think?
See you later.
You hate minorities?
I would have went with Hector.
Yeah, see you later,
6,
Wischusen. Good
7.
talking to you.
See you guys.
There's a Jack White concert tomorrow at halftime of a football game on Thanksgiving. I'd buy tickets to the Jack White concert and be pleasantly surprised to see Packers-Lions break out around it. But I'd want tickets to that. I'd also want tickets. They're talking about Chiefs-Cowboys potentially being the highest-rated regular season game of all time. In the middle of that, Post Malone concert. Those are hard to get tickets, folks. Why don't you take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time? Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Dan for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
Did we then agree that by consensus that today is the most mailing it in day of the year in the American work-labor economy?
I'm working 2 jobs today, pal.
Yeah, Mike's getting Miami into the college football playoff. Just ask him.
3 jobs.
I got a full day today.
I thought you were going to introduce I'm not talking about whether you have a full day or not. I'm talking about the effort level of Amin yesterday, given
That was bad.
What this week is, where his weekend observations, he gives us 3 observations. He didn't have anything. He doesn't deserve to be paid for that.
That was bad. It was real bad.
It's just not. It's so not trying that it deserves to be publicly punished. Because,
like I said, Jess will be here next hour, and she has brought it. F1 minute and an internet minute.
All right.
Oh, I can't do it with the spider behind me.
Yeah, we've got a lot of that going on. This is not a fake fear of Zaslow. Don't do this to him on the internet. Do not do this to him on his social media accounts.
People have been very kind so far. Like someone sent me a Donovan Mitchell picture, and that's
Any sweater whip?
That's cheeky.
Yes, right? and then yes, you also had John Sally made an appearance. I have a couple of different things though that I wish to get to. I believe it's pretty rare in sports, but I believe that there are certain things where we all have the same reaction. And I believe all of us had the same reaction to Brandon Cook to the Bills, which is like, oh.
Cooks,
excuse me. Brandon Cooks to the
Cooked.
Bills.
Thanksgiving, we'll allow it.
Brandon cooked.
Oh, so we didn't have the same reaction? So
Kiss me.
Okay, so we don't have the same reaction.
I feel like he's good. He's on a different team every year.
But I believe he's just fast. Used to be fast. When you get
Is he
old, you're
good?
not fast
No, he's so
anymore.
fast. Those fast guys, those straight line speed guys, they find a way to hang on in the league for a very long time. And he's had a remarkable career.
I feel like that's putting it a little strong.
No. He's had a remarkable career. He was a first-round draft pick. He lived up to expectations. Everywhere he goes, he produces when he's healthy. He's won championships, I believe, and yet he has played for like a dozen teams.
He's on a different team every year.
It's wild.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Brandon Cook's remarkable career, yes or no? That wasn't even one of my football topics today because Justin Tucker getting a tryout from the Saints was interesting.
Why would they do that?
Oh, just to put a finger in the air and test the air on is Justin Tucker welcome back by society or not? We're not going to lead here.
But why would the Saints why do the Saints care?
Because he's clearly a saint.
The franchise that allegedly helped cover up with the Catholic Church and they gave them PR tips on the side.
All right,
like
so
that's
Mike,
still going.
it sounded like this particular subject matter was weighty enough that perhaps you should get all of your facts correct on, and it's a bad scandal, and it's a bad underreported scandal on what happened with the Saints, the church, and how the Saints provided for the church allegedly cover in ways that is super distasteful for the kinds of crimes that Justin Tucker is involved in. But I wanted to get to Dylan Gabriel being cleared and not starting. So the Browns won a game, and that's leadership. We won one time. We're going to stay with this. This is the quarterback killing franchise that has Deshaun Watson as a veteran on the sidelines counseling. New winner, Shedeur Sanders, the first time a Browns starter has started at quarterback in the last 17 tries with his first game and actually won the game.
I don't agree with that. I think this should have, and maybe it was, the plan at the start of the season. Like, wouldn't it have made sense? Give Dylan Gabriel a bunch of games. They're not going to do any winning. And then give Shedeur Sanders a bunch of games.
I thought that before the season, what was made clear to all of us is that Dylan Gabriel would do about what he would do because Shedeur Sanders wasn't any kind of ready. And then the moment that Dylan Gabriel is cleared, I would have assumed that most people were expecting him to have played well enough to get that job back. I think most people were expecting Shedeur Sanders to lose. We were told that was going to look incompetent on Sunday, and what looked incompetent is just the general status of Tom Brady's Raiders.
I don't think there has been a season in NFL history that has gone more according to predictable plan than what's happened with the Cleveland Browns. Flacco in there for a couple of games, a little spark, but then, pushed out. Gabriel comes in, whatever, and then Shedeur comes in late in the season, all while Myles Garrett potentially earns a sack record.
Yeah. Well, that defense is obviously good, without question. And if you think that Max Crosby and the Raiders are good at defense, no, that defense in Cleveland is actually the one that is good. And so by merely being something close to mediocre as a quarterback,
which
for
is what
that
Dylan
team,
Gabriel's been.
I mean, yeah, but yes, their skill position guys are no good. They're not an interesting team. This is the only interesting thing about them. The fact that the Browns are being talked about, I just can't believe the last 10 years of the Browns. I know the last 30 years of the Browns have been ridiculous, laughing stock stuff. But the last 10 years, like Johnny Manziel is in that list of quarterbacks that I just gave you, 17 first-time starters at quarterback, hadn't won a game. For that defense to be championship good, the Lions would kill to have what the Browns have on defense. For that defense to be championship good and the franchise to be so broken in so many ways, that this is where we are with the story of the Cleveland Browns, from Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham and a season of expectations. We get to Shedeur starts because he's famous and people will talk about him. Like that the last part of this season, the only thing that's interesting about the Browns, the only thing is Shedeur Sanders going to win games 20-17?
It's like a train wreck that you can't take your eyes off. Everyone knew this was going to happen. You knew the Deshaun Watson thing wasn't going to work out. In part because of who he was at the time, what we had seen recently, but also because of that franchise.
I don't think we can say that.
You just knew Cleveland going all in on a move like that, guaranteeing the entire contract.
Mike,
you just knew it wasn't going to work out.
Mike,
I did because I was a Cleveland Browns
Mike,
fan for most of my
life.
life.
I understand that you've been scarred your whole life. Man, please don't forget what Deshaun Watson was as a quarterback before they got him. He got that.
Yeah, but don't forget what he was like prior to the Cleveland Browns getting him.
He was bad for a while, Dan, before he got traded.
No, he had the 1 year where he wasn't that great at the end with Houston. Then obviously, it was like 2 years in between where he didn't play.
You guys are doing revisionist history. He got that guaranteed money at a time that no one thought that quarterbacks could be good, and he was one of the 6 or 7 best of them. That was the reason he got that money is because more than one team was willing to give it to him.
Let's agree to disagree. I think that there was plenty of skepticism around what is Deshaun Watson going to look like, because the last time we saw him out there, he wasn't that great, and he's been away from football for a year.
You say this, but this was the team that was up 21-0 on the Chiefs with Deshaun Watson at quarterback back when we thought before C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, he was good then.
That was going to be the offense.
He was good then.
That was going to be the offense that, look, I believe this is fair to say. I believe that this has as much to do with the Browns as anything that is responsible for Deshaun Watson's failure. That contract is one of the epic disasters in the history of giving money in sports, especially in a salary cap sport. That quarterback was good to great. And everything that he did to himself there, I believe has ruined him every bit as much as going to Cleveland, a place that will ruin all quarterbacks. I believe that his life, whatever it's been away from the huddle for the last 5 years, has enough public shame in it that I believe it wrecked this man as a quarterback.
Well, that's fair to say. He also made a decision. He's like, I'm not going to run as much. And then what ended up happening was he started getting sacked at a crazy clip behind a solid offensive line because he was holding on to the ball too long, because he decided Cleveland's going to be a great place for me to reshape my career. And they moved him out of there, and Joe Flacco got him into the playoffs. Statuesque Joe Flacco, who everybody wrote off, got them into the playoffs. He was the problem. I watched a lot of Browns tape.
Yeah, he held the ball too long.
Because we talked about it all the time. What is this deal
He held
with
the ball
Deshaun
too
Watson?
long.
He sucked.
I believe Deshaun Watson's decision-making was short-circuited at life. I believe that whatever that is to bring upon yourself. Look, Mike, the thing that we knew about Deshaun Watson before that is just that he grew up in one of Warwick Dunn's homes, that he's one of the great success stories in sports, coming through Clemson, becoming a champion, being a model pillar, ready to be a quarterback who would be a face and voice for a team. And that's the scandal that I believe everything around Deshaun Watson short-circuited.
I remember Dabo said that drafting Deshaun Watson is the equivalent of drafting Michael Jordan.
If you pass on this guy, you're passing on Michael Jordan, and for like a season and a half, Dabo was right.
Yeah.
His last year in Houston in 2020, 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, quarterback rating of 112. Like, he had a really good season. They were just 4-12. But then after that, you look at what he did in last year's at Cleveland: 7 touchdowns, 5 picks, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks.
I don't believe there's been a story like it in the history of that sport. Not one like that, where it's like, oh, that was gonna be great at quarterback, and and every choice he made after that swallowed him in a way. Man, can you imagine having that just everywhere you go publicly? Everyone's looking at you, and they're like, "You're a deviant. You used to be this thing. You're a rock star."
Are you trying to get me to feel bad for him?
No, I'm just telling you that's what's happened at a position I've never seen it happen before.
It happens all the time. It's happening to the same franchise in Houston.
Maybe we should ask Justin Tucker.
Yeah, it's happening to Justin
It's
Tucker.
happening to C.J. Stroud. Do you not remember Kyler Murray's first season? It happens in the league now.
Okay,
it does.
you say
it happened to Baker Mayfield. It happened to Sam Darnold. They were lucky enough to dig themselves out of it.
Not this
and
way, though,
reshape
is what Dan said.
5,000 yards, 33-7 is you're going to be a star
was
for
elite.
10 years.
Tua led the league in passing.
He was elite, but it's happening a hell of a lot more in the league these days.
Fine. Moving on to a couple of other subjects I wanted to get to. Do you believe that Elle Duncan, and I want everyone to make this assessment for themselves. Elle Duncan, we are thrilled for her, really happy. She's going to Netflix. She's a star. She's obviously a star. She's been a star for a long time. Big enough to leave ESPN and go to Netflix to be the face of their coverage. Do you think she's leaving ESPN because what Kendrick Perkins had to say, and of all the shocking things that Kendrick Perkins has had to say, you guys tell me where exactly this ranks on the list of things when you think about. Look at you smiling before I even get started.
I love this clip so much. I mean, this was a few weeks ago, right? This is a few weeks ago, and Elle had, they're doing their coverage. They're talking NBA on SportsCenter, right? And Elle's obviously hosting, and she's got Kendrick Perkins on, and they're doing the split screen, and he's like sitting there giving real analysis for like 4, 5, 6 minutes or what have you. And then finally we get to a place where it's time to say goodbye, right? It's time to say goodbye to Perk, and Perk's gotta lighten the mood a little bit.
What did he say?
No, I don't think you want to know what he had to say, because on Perk's list of things, he as a public orator, Chris Cody's looking for the sound, but he's been too busy just being lazy with Thanksgiving sound. So he told me before the segment started, "I'll have this Perk sound for you." Now he's looking for it because he's been eating too much turkey. And how many curses has he thrown out there back there with you guys as we've been filibustering? You told me to go to Perk, did you not?
Perk on Shador.
Yeah.
What he said, Dan, really quick, if I may add, he said, "Why do you need an ibuprofen when you can have a Perk?" Which was a bar.
No, it was a bar.
a bar.
But what did Perk have to say about Shador Sanders?
Shador Sanders is the most powerful black man since 2009. You know what happened in 2009?
Right.
That's when President Obama got elected in office. You said you were sitting there watching the game in your house, and what you did? You ran with the TV.
Goddamn right.
Right?
I did.
What was you doing, DB?
I was cheering. I was happy.
You was cheering like a motherfucker. When Shador Sanders is on the field, and when I say powerful because there's two sides of it, right? Think about it. Okay, you got the black community. He bringing the whole black community together. I ain't ran across one black person that didn't said one bad thing about Shador.
We want him.
And guess what? Not one, because he has the balance. He has the balance of that. I'm arrogant, but I'm humble too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
He have fun with this.
And he having fun with this. And on top of that, y'all want me to say it ain't. Y'all want me to feel it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, he talking.
He's the most powerful black man in sports. No other. Matter of fact, black man. He the most powerful player in sports.
I mean,
we're going to talk to Jamel Hill about everything happening around Shador Sanders, because it is interesting to watch. It really is interesting to watch. And the rallying around Shador Sanders, because he represents, well, you tried to break his father when his father came through. We really like Deion Sanders, who's, You saw what happened around Colorado last year and what the party was around Colorado, and now college football will spit out Deion Sanders because he will not be able to do the things that he did in elevating his son and Travis Hunter to the top of that sport. And so now there's an emotional rallying around around these people, the Sanders family, of you will not break arrogance. You will not crush our star. What are you laughing about, Zaslow?
Just like, here's my problem with these podcasts with the players like Kendrick Perkins on. I don't think it was his podcast.
He's laughing because it was the most ridiculous thing he'd ever heard in his life.
My problem is
what?
There's multiple other people in that room with Kendrick Perkins. And it's just nothing but agreeing with the statement that he's the most popular, the most powerful black man since Obama.
That's former athlete podcast.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Crazy. There's not one person like, let me think on that for a second.
You want to walk this one back a little bit?
I'm glad we're talking to Jamel because I don't know that we have the room to answer this question.
No, I'm curious to see if she acknowledges if this is a thing or not.
The symbol for black excellence is something the Deion Sanders family has been carrying around through sports and hardship for a long time.
It feels like Deion is more powerful than his son is, right?
Well, he got man.
So you disagree that Shedeur Sanders is the most powerful person in sports?
I think he's not even the most powerful person in his own family.
Okay, this is one of the things I didn't want to get here with this, but the pull of Deion Sanders as a representative for defiant athletic excellence that will not bow in face of anything. For his son to now come through the league and on a whole assortment of people making comparisons, no lie, I've heard it too much over the last 10 years, of Shedeur being held back in some way because of what the league or how the league did Kaepernick. Like, you can see a whole bunch of things in the shadow. When Kaepernick happens that way, you can find conspiracy in a number of different ways if you have all of your race biases.
Yes.
And you can find that Shedeur Sanders is being wronged by a league who doesn't want black excellence to succeed. So he becomes a symbol and an avatar for something, him and his dad.
Yeah, no, he definitely became a symbol. The president of the United States was saying, what are teams doing? The guy's on the board. Go ahead and draft him.
He took a victory lap over the weekend over Shedeur's performance.
He should, given his takes.
He's just modern day Tebow is what I'm saying. He just like you like to say, FSU is the equivalent of what's happening with religious evangelicals, Christian evangelicals. You realize that Shedeur Sanders is modern day Tebow? Just something to talk about because he's super famous, super hugely famous.
He represents a cause, and I think we're out of our depth on it, and so we'll talk to Jamel. But I should probably acknowledge what you said about FSU and evangelical Christians.
Yeah, what was that?
So you remember when FSU got shut out of the CFP and it was unfair? Jordan Travis injury, like they won't let you forget it. Something happened then. Something happened then. Not just the trajectory of FSU, arrow pointed down ever since then, but they got weird. They're very strange online, and it was a traumatic event. I get it. And so privately, I liken it to like when evangelical Christians saw a black president. And then the country just kind of went in the direction that it did. That was something that forever changed FSU fans. And now they're just stuck in this really strange, culty place where they think every conversation's about them, but it isn't. No one really thinks about them. They think they move the needle. No one cares. But they are the center of every conversation around college football that exists. Lane Kiffin? No, let's talk about FSU. And I understand I follow a fair amount of FSU media, and in part they're doing their job.
There's a lot of it, too, incidentally. FSU, the following that this program has for 20 years of finishing in the top 5 makes it one of the, like, they want to believe they're one of the powers in the sport because they have been.
They do. I saw Bud Elliott, who is a great follow, does good work, and as someone that also is like a propagandist for his program, I'm down with it. I get it. Bud put out a video in which he's like, bringing Mike Norvell back sends a message to the Big Ten and SEC. Hey, come get us. And ACC, pay us more. What? Dude, you got like 2 ACC wins in the last 3 years. This is crazy. The Big Ten? No one's thinking about you right now. If anyone's seeing that, it's not even a headline given everything that's in the coaching carousel. Like, you have to remind people, no, FSU made a formal decision to bring Mike Norvell back. Why? Well, they're flat broke, pal. Like, that's what it is. And they know that where they stack up with all the available jobs is they're not going to get a good guy to fill that role this season because they're a bit of a joke right now, and it's going to take them some years digging themselves out of this. And we mentioned this yesterday. Go back to when they got shut out. And we were over there pounding the table. They should be in there. The regular season should matter. It's a theme that has been consistent with me anyways. But I told you, this is a house of cards.
Okay, the Seminoles were 13-0 2 years ago, okay? And the collapse shouldn't go to 2-10 the season after that. But I do understand the history of the place. And when you consider culty campus communities, Zaslow visits them every weekend. Culty campus communities. Do you understand how FSU comes by generationally as the rulers of the ACC, a weak ACC, but no one questioned what was at the top of it? FSU knows that for 20 straight years, top 5 at the end of the season, they think they are the SEC. They think that they deserve to be treated with their history as one of the greats in college football because that's Alabama before Alabama without the titles. It's 20 straight years of top 5s. They think they're one of the big programs, and they got left behind in 2 years.
Yeah.
Left behind in 2 years.
Which is odd. Granted, Miami hasn't been 13-0 good. Miami hasn't won an ACC championship with its backup quarterback good. Hell, Miami's been to the ACC championship once. But I watched what happened with them, and they've gone a little nutty, and not just by a little. And I'm like, man, if Miami gets shut out of this CFP, for the love of God, I can't become that because that's embarrassing. To think that you're the central focus of the college football world when you're an absolute joke. No one cares. No one cares about Florida State University. You have to make people care. You made them care 2 years ago. The whole world has left you in the dust. You were trailing behind, and you thought you were smarter than everybody else despite every single warning that your opposition laid out in front of you. And you kept thinking that your way was the right way, and now they're rationalizing this move as thinking it's the right way too. And I'm just a little bit sad because I don't hate FSU. I respect them as a rival. I love the game, and they've just gone crazy. Like an old aunt that just went on Facebook and started doom scrolling and made it her identity. It's crazy what's happened with them.
You know Steve Spurrier has more ACC championships than the University of Miami?
You know Steve Spurrier never beat the University of Miami as a player or coach.
It's cool.
That is like Tourette's you have.
Disarmed his ass real
well,
quick.
But
it's down the propaganda list.
He's
got to go halfway down.
I see your tweets too, pal.
Disarmed me?
I see your tweets too, pal. You want to invoke a guy that is a career loser against Miami? Cool.
You didn't even let the stat sit.
That's why I'm a minister of war.
Steve Spurrier.
Notice he didn't say defense, Dan. He said war. That's offense.
This is war.
He had a bar earlier to Wischusen, by the way, which was unreal.
Yeah, it's a famous quote about war.
It was great.
I've been Googling famous quotes about war.
Well, speaking of which, thank you, because I have this disagreement off air with Stephen A. Smith about right and left and right and wrong. And I want to talk to Stephen A. A little more before I discuss some of the things publicly. No, and I'm not happy with him for a number of different reasons. That have to do. Mike Ryan tried to protect, I guess, me I thought it would be least insulting to say that Stephen A. Smith is a useful tool.
No, Mike jumped right in.
No, but I tried to protect you because you were taking some of that responsibility off of his shoulders, and you were speaking for Stephen A. And it just wasn't right. And Stephen A. has come out publicly and kind of co-signed what I said, which is like, you don't speak for me. We don't agree. I'm not a victim. I'm not being used.
Right. He's not being used, and he knows what he's doing, allegedly, right? Right up until you do that to Jasmine Crockett and then have to apologize. And then you don't know what you're doing, right? Because you apologize. So you didn't know what you were doing on how it is you got used as a useful tool there, or you did know? But I want to talk to him more about this privately before I have a public fight. I don't think I talked about it well a few weeks ago when these fights become, instead of Trump's on McAfee, it's, oh, look, Beadle and Kerry Champion and Stephen A. are fighting over here. Or instead of, again, Trump's on McAfee, it's not political, but it becomes us fighting with each other in public. The minorities fighting with each other in public. I'd like to talk to him a little bit about this particular thing before I talk about it more publicly, and I will at some point because I don't actually want to ruin a relationship or a friendship over something that gets said here that I haven't said to him, because he does me the courtesy whenever he's critical of me. He does me the courtesy of telling me it's coming. And so he tries to talk it out with me, and I want to talk to him about it before I go any further. But I regret how I talked about that Beatles stuff because it's just, then the black woman gets trampled at the bottom of that, and it's Trump on McAfee. Like, I don't want to lose quite that way publicly, so I'll talk to Jamel Hill about some of this next.
This is Juju. He's got a new show.
Welcome back. The Alley Oop has returned.
How many damn jerseys do you have?
It's about basketball, hoops, and hoopers.
I'm trying to get us away from calling him the Joker because the other nickname on his page is Big Honey. And I just think Big Honey is a way better nickname.
Don Staley and them girls back at it again. And she gonna pull up Prada down, Chanel, Gucci, Louis. It don't even matter. Them Auburn Tigers, bro. Them boys 35 years old each player. None of them brothers got a hairline amongst any of them.
But maybe you're wondering, where can I see it or hear it? Tell us, Juju.
Subscribe to youtube.com/@DLS Hoops. Do you need me to point out some visual explanations? Well, here you go.
When you're taking your shirt off and using your body as comedy, you're going.
That's Florida, bro.
You're going maximum Florida, man.
That's Florida.
When did you decide to start doing that? When was it encouraged? When did that become your signature? The idea that you're up there just throwing your body at the people here in a tight pair of jeans, shirtless.
I was. The jeans have gotten tighter the fat I've gotten. They weren't always tight. My daughter said Baby Walrus needs to move out of skinny jeans. I started doing it just to cheer myself up because you get on the road and do like a Thursday night and you'd be like, I got a whole weekend ahead of me. This is gonna be a long weekend. I'm missing my family. It's not sold out. So I would rip my shirt off and kill a beer to make myself giggle because I thought it was silly and to remind myself this should be fun. And then one night I was in Columbus, Ohio. I ripped my shirt off and killed a beer. And then something happened in the room and I forgot to put it back on. And one of the comics I respected was in the back and he was like, bro, you just did a whole hour with your shirt off.
And how does this work with comfort with your body? Because not everyone can do that. You're the first to be doing that. Not everyone is comfortable enough with their size to be in front of thousands of people shirtless like that because it is funny.
It's interesting because I have this reverse body dysmorphia. So like I heard a story, secret time. Obviously I'll tell you, but secret time. I heard a story that Chris Pratt was a fat kid growing up and that someone told me like he'll always be fat in his head. no matter how great of shape he is, he'll always think of himself as a fat kid. I was in shape as a kid, and so I do not see myself fat at all. As a matter of fact, I think in Razzle Dazzle, I look low-key jacked. I think I look better than I've ever looked. My shoulders, dude, look at my shoulders.
You are jacked. Oh, yeah. You got some cuts right there. You see it there?
I mean, I'm feeling good. I feel great about my body.
The new Netflix stand-up special, Razzle Dazzle.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Bert,
stop making those
Never show
faces.
your belly button.
Yes.
Do that thing where you're
Let's increase your female viewers.
make your boobs move.
This is a body you can get.
Razzle Dazzle is the stand-up special. How old would you have to be? What is the age if I came up to you and said, Bert, you're not going to believe this, but So somebody named Anthony Black for the Orlando Magic last night scored 27 points in 17 minutes as part of an 84-point first half for the Orlando Magic on the road at Philadelphia.
It was such a pathetic performance.
27 points in 17 minutes.
Midway through the third quarter, it was like 111-70 or something.
Luka went crazy last night. The Lakers are good.
MVP of the day, by the way.
Luka is fun to watch. And Andre Drummond squared up legitimately on somebody at 7
Wendell
foot.
Carter.
Yeah, but squared up like did old-timey, know, I can't because I got my hand in the dirt. He did bare-knuckle fighting old-timey. I think like he was legitimately ready to fight.
Yeah.
And Andre Drummond as a 7-footer, that would be a 7-footer great at offensive rebounding is just generally someone I don't want to fight. Would you say that as a characteristic, if I say someone is 7 feet tall and they're good at offensive rebounding, that's not someone you wish to ever fight?
Wendell Carter wasn't scared. He didn't even back up. Wendell Carter was like, what are you going to do?
Is that the NBA stat you'd associate with is offensive rebounding and fighting?
It's not even that.
Is there another stat?
He could be 5'5" with that shoulder hair. It's
a lot of shoulder hair.
I would argue
ton of shoulder hair.
fouls per game. If you have like a lot of fouls per game, you're someone I don't want to
fight. But to Dan's point, offensive rebound, you got to throw a chicken wing at somebody. You got to throw an elbow. You got to throw a knee low.
If you lead the league in fouls, though, I don't want to fight you.
Although bringing down offensive boards is easier because people are trying to avoid that shoulder hair. It's disgusting.
Not everyone is mailing it in this week, okay? Because Jessica is bringing her A game here. Amin embarrassed himself yesterday with those weekend observations. Jessica's covering for him by doing not just an internet minute today, but an F1 minute. But I need your help here, Jessica, because I don't want you to blow a gasket, a tire, or anything. If we do F1, should we do that at the end or the beginning? Because there's a degree of difficulty on that lift that it make either the rest of the segment harder or might be harder to do at the end of the segment.
Perhaps the middle?
Okay, so we will start with LSU and the laugh out loud that's happening around what could be Mississippi State winning at home in the Egg Bowl on Friday, and people are writing Lane better win, and I'm looking at it like, what does this affect Lane at all? Lane could not show up. Lane could not show up for the game, and he doesn't need to win because his next job is going to be a great one, even though he's 13-25 against ranked teams.
Did you see the message board geniuses post, Dan, that was allegedly a hint about his next stop from one of Knox Kiffin's friends via Fortnite?
Is that credible? Because I'd be willing.
That's credible to me.
I believe it.
I'd be willing to believe something on Fortnite that Lane Kiffin's kids would break this story before an insider. I'd believe that.
So this is shout out to message board geniuses who comb through all the message boards and post the funniest and most unhinged things every day. But this is from the Florida 247 message board, and it's a screenshot from a Discord channel from someone named Shay, and it says, "My source is Knox Kiffin. We played Fortnite yesterday online, and he told me his dad is going to LSU. Don't send this to chat, please."
Yeah, see, that's the part that gets me. That's why I think it's real. Because if it wasn't real, they wouldn't put, "Don't send this to the chat." It would be like, you want it everywhere. So that makes me believe it's real.
Are you guys saying Zaslow already reported this? Who else is? You reported it first. Who's going to get credit for breaking this story when it's him obviously to LSU?
Can I just say, I don't even care, man. Like, there's been too much Lane Kiffin content the last few weeks. Let's just ride it out and see what happens. I can't speculate any further.
I mean, I'm in Norman this weekend for LSU Oklahoma. Egg Bowl's the night before. I'm hoping Lane Kiffin's on the sidelines for LSU this weekend. I'm almost like WWE style, where he just shows up and says, oh my God, that's Lane Kiffin's music.
That would be great, honestly. I'm so excited. This weekend's going to be so great, Dan. There's so many great rivalry games this weekend. If I had to make a top 5, I don't even know if I could.
Top 5? Mike Ryan is whispering as you're talking in my ear about how Lane's camp has gone silent because...
Yeah, I've been on this beat. A decision was made on Friday, and I know that Ole Miss and Florida are doing their best to do what LSU did to hijack this whole thing, but not a peep since Friday.
He hasn't posted any Tumblr quotes either, right? I haven't seen any.
No, but have you seen his press conferences? Dude's dealing with this about as well as anybody could.
Who is reporting that he'll stay at Ole Miss? Who's reporting that he might go to Florida?
No one's reporting that.
No,
Ole Miss.
No, Brett McMurphy, like he put out his own graphic, and Brett is really dialed on this stuff, and he predicted Ole Miss is where he'll stay. Now, there's a lot of people that are really plugged in. Kirk Herbstreit probably knows more about the sport and like the inner workings of it than anybody, but he just doesn't come out and report that stuff. He put LSU. From what I was hearing last week before everyone buttoned it up tight, I'm pretty sure LSU hijacked this thing. The statement from the AD over at Ole Miss made it seem like he's for sure leaving, but this is airtight over the last week. Kudos to them.
Let's get to her top 5. There are 5 games this weekend, 5 rivalry weekend games worthy of our attention.
No, there's like 25 to 30, I would say. But I'm not putting just the ones with playoff implications in my list. For example,
so number 1 isn't Miami Pitt?
No, I'm actually excited to watch that. Like, look, I thought Pitt was better defensively than I expected. I'm not surprised that they crushed Georgia Tech last week because Georgia Tech's defense has been a problem all year. Like we talked about a few weeks ago with Kash Patel. I still don't know why he was on the show, but I'm curious about it, especially because like Mike, as you know, Miami hasn't played a lot of true road games this year, and it's going to be really freaking cold in Pittsburgh on Saturday for the noon kickoff. It's going to be like 30 degrees.
Oh, that's the part she's liking. As a Pittsburgh person, she's like, oh, when the warm weather people come, they don't like it much.
I'm going to Pittsburgh. I'm going to Pittsburgh for the first time in my life. I've never been to that crap town.
Well, text me if you need any recommendations. I had the best flats of my life at William Penn Tavern last weekend. I ate probably 40 of them. They were so good.
Those bridges are a delight. That town's underrated.
No, Mike
where
is
the Three
wrong.
Rivers meet.
Mike,
it's pretty.
You're wrong when you say that's a crap town.
It's just an old Browns
that
fan
is
thing
not
with
a,
me.
That is
I'm not
a crap,
offended. AFC North crap talk, Dan. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah. I don't like the Browns anymore, but I still hate the Steelers and Ravens. I can't shake that.
Do you have OLI or is it just 5? You're saying there are 30 games. There are not 5 worth watching this weekend. 5?
That's, I mean, wow, child.
Learn ball.
Quiet, piggy. Okay. Let's start with OLIs. I'll give you 3 OLIs. The Oregon State-Washington State rematch.
Come on, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah, Canes fans
that
are
sound?
watching that game. Canes fans need a big W by the home team.
Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, kind of a de facto conference play-in game. Clemson, South Carolina, both teams that stink this year but hate each other. So that's always fun when there's nothing on the line except pride.
Look, you need to be diagnosed with a malady. Come on.
What malady? No, Actually, I'm getting over a cold right now. I don't know if I sounded bad.
I know what that is.
This is sickness. What you just said there. Yes, that's all right. 5.
Wait, can I give you 2 more OLIs? Boston College, Syracuse, Dan. Okay, sneaky rivalry. They played each other a lot of times, like 70 times. And there is a doomsday ACC tiebreaker scenario where this game matters to the winning percentage of conference opponents, I believe. So, I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt.
Make me watch that.
For those that don't know, this is the second time Washington State and Oregon State are playing this season. There's a team going for a sweep.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's why it's
it's an OLI. It's the Pac-12 championship, I guess. I mean, Paul Bunyan's axe is this weekend, Dan. Kentucky, Louisville, 2 more teams that stink. that are playing against each other. Okay, I'll just give you.
Did
the
you
top
say
five.
Louisville stinks?
Louisville does not stink.
They don't stink. They only have 4 losses.
I mean, contextualize it. They've lost both Browns. They lost Miller Moss. Like they're a shell of what they were.
Yeah, they're pretty hurt coming into this game. So I
appreciate
I don't think it's
Jess
gonna be
following the
pretty.
sport, unlike Jeremy.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries. I'll give you a top 5. These are all going to be lame. Like, the playoff, if the team that is favored wins, there's a big playoff
So
implication.
the OLIs are better in this list?
Yeah, because I like watching just the nastiest shit you've ever seen.
because you've got a
Chris.
malady. That's what I'd call the malady. Watching
It's
the-
your list, so
Yes,
why
it's-
wouldn't you have put the other ones in
shit.
OLI
Number
and the
5.
ones you like in the actual
Number
list?
5.
Let our guest speak.
Because it's for the audience too, Chris. Okay, I'm not going to go into details about Western Kentucky and Maverick McIver getting hurt earlier this season to give you a reason to turn on ESPN Plus to watch them play Jacksonville State. But I will give you number 5, the Iron Bowl. I don't know what this sound. Is this a foghorn? Foghorn
It's a
Leghorn?
fanfare.
I can't hear it.
This game is huge. Auburn's kept big spreads tight in the Iron Bowl the last few weeks, last few seasons, and this is the smallest this spread has been. And you got a head coach that still thinks he's got an outside shot at getting the job. He's doing funky things with the quarterback over there. This one's tight, 5.5-point spread. Huge CFP impact.
Mike, excellent work by you in the gap there where Chris Cody, who's mailing it in this week, and has forgotten that Jessica needs the fanfare in order to know that she's nailed the joke. She's waiting for the fanfare. Without the fanfare,
there we go.
She is doing the same comedy that Rich Davis is doing with Sock Puppet on ESPN.
I was taking today seriously at work, but it seems as though the
Chris
whole narrative
Cody is-
around it being an
he's
off
just
day.
farting turkey.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Okay, number 4. We'll go with Texas A&M Texas. Winning in for Texas A&M in the SEC championship game. Same goes for Alabama in the Iron Bowl. There's a lot of road favorites this week, I will add. That's something maybe to keep an eye on. But look, I think Texas is not a bad football team. They've played in some terrible games. I think the Kentucky point was the low point of the season, and since then they've gotten steadily better. But Texas A&M, aside from the first half against South Carolina, has just been really solid this year. I believe the point spread right now is Texas A&M is like a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Texas, but would be a huge bummer for Texas A&M to stumble right before conference championship weekend against Texas, who they, of course, played for a very long time before they joined the SEC and then didn't play for like 14 years and now play again.
Texas A&M's kind of had an interesting schedule inside of the SEC. There's a lot of ranked teams in that conference, but Mizzou is like the toughest test Texas A&M has faced. Like they've kind of avoided like the teeth.
It would not be surprising to anybody if Texas beats Texas A&M based only on the fact that before this season started, if I said to anybody listening, "Hey, who do you think has the better athletes?" your answer would be Texas. Like it's not.
I don't agree. I think honestly, Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver in the portal are probably the 2 best portal additions that any team made on offense. They both are top 5 in the SEC in receiving yards this year, and they're on the same team. Cassius Howell, I saw, got named to a awards list yesterday. He leads the SEC in sacks. He's got 11.5 sacks. Texas's star defensive player has 10 sacks, so he's right behind him. But I think Texas A&M is good, and Mike, you can only play the teams on your schedule, as you know. The conferences are too big, so we'll just obligatory conferences are too big right
Number 3.
Number 3, we'll go with sneaky good one. Oregon, Washington. I don't feel like enough people are talking about the fact that this game could ruin Oregon's playoff hopes. They're a 6.5-point favorite. I believe it is on the road, 3:30 on CBS Saturday. These teams have played each other over 100 times. They are our rivals, of course. But Washington has lost a couple of brutal games, like games that just make you lose your faith in humanity. However, based on like the advanced analytics, they're only like 17th in FEI, which is pretty good. So Oregon, not a huge favorite in this game, and like I said, could completely upend the Big Ten postseason for them if they do lose. So that's going to be a very interesting one for Oregon, especially coming off of like an emotional win against USC last weekend. Which, by the way, I hope we have time to talk about USC's game notes that were going viral from that game.
It's a
they were so
malady. I
embarrassing.
can't talk about all the things that she wants to talk about. Number 2.
Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Oh, there they are. Dan.
Number
Okay.
1.
Dan, when you were covering Miami, I'm sure you had to read game notes all the time. I don't know if anyone.
Yes.
Jeremy's
yes.
probably. Jeremy's
Love
been
game
on a
notes.
beat.
Game notes. A lot of
You probably
professionals-
read them when they were like on typewriters. But anyways, if you want to get a kick out of something, these are like it goes
Unnecessary
into this,
shot
It's
at
just.
me. They were not on top right. I
You're
think
right.
they were
It was
faxes.
microfiche.
I think they were
It was
faxes.
microfiche.
Faxes.
If you scroll down, it's like what you would say if you were like a message board poster about like what USC needs to do to win this game, instead of just being like, here's the head-to-head results against Oregon. It's just like, they said we weren't gritty enough. They said we weren't tough enough. They said we couldn't compete with real Big Ten football. Did they see the final score? And then it's like, beating Iowa was a culture win. It's like, I've never seen this in game notes before, so it's been very funny.
Everything
And
they
Oregon
said
fans
was
are-
absolutely right.
Are you ready to do your F1 minute before number 1? This is the
Okay.
middle spot.
Fine. Let's do it. I'm not phoning it in this week. The race started at 11 p.m. Eastern, so I went to bed, but both McLarens got disqualified.
That's it. So that's not you phoning it in. That's you mailing it in, and that is just as bad as what a
Faxing it in.
What a mean did. Yeah, microfiching it in.
The internet minute's got to be better than that.
What is number 1? Not ready for the internet minute yet. She still wants to talk college football. Wait, she's not even.
You won't let me.
Number 1.
Fine. The
Won't
egg
let
bowl.
you.
The egg bowl. It's always stupid. Something stupid's gonna happen, but it's funny.
I mean, no Michigan, Ohio State, no Miami, Pittsburgh. What kind of list is this?
Okay, but OLI, the game. I think it would be shocking to me if Michigan lost, but not that shocking because
If Michigan won?
If Michigan won, I mean, because as we know, like this is just Ryan.
You'd have been
Day's-
more shocked last year.
Jeremy has got. Jeremy's the only person I hear predicting. No, it's going to happen to Ohio State.
Michigan's
again.
gonna win.
No matter how ridiculous you think that is. Look, we can agree that it's total chaos if that happens. If
UM will get in.
and
The
Mississippi
right UM.
State. If Mississippi State beats Mississippi,
Enough, Jeremy. Like, yes, it would be really bad for Miami. It'd be terrible.
Time to get in it. It's
Jessica's
Internet Minute.
People are saying 6-7 now. I don't know.
that is not fair. What you guys have done to me. That
6-7.
you mail it in a way that is
Was
unacceptable.
that pre-planned?
It's disrespectful. You tell us. What are your thoughts on everything that happened there, including that wet sock calling Reese Davis rich at the end of it?
Why are you calling him a wet sock?
Because that guy sucks.
6-7.
As a spokesman, look, man, if you're going to make it a made-for-television absurdity where the judges are on TV announcing why they're making their picks, like, have the people be entertaining, talented at television.
6-7.
He took a stab at entertainment with 6-7.
Like, have the people be something that represents college football better than this guy in a sports code.
I think he was absolutely spot on in all of his analysis on Tuesday night, so I think he did a great
6-7.
job. I think this joke was hilariously delivered, and I got a kick out of it.
6-7.
Dan, we're talking about it now. The entertainment television program. Guess what? Talk of the town Wednesday morning. Okay.
6-7.
Let's wish Jessica Thanksgiving here by emptying the file of Thanksgiving sounds here so that she can enjoy her holidays however it is that she chooses to spend them. What do you have for us in the way of emptying the Thanksgiving file here and wishing the audience a happy Thanksgiving?
I have Zion Williamson being asked his favorite side dish.
Happy Thanksgiving. You get to go home tonight and then leave tomorrow evening. Give us a little glimpse into what Zion Williamson's Thanksgiving looks like.
Just spending some time with my mom, stepdad, my friends, little brother, older brother, and get on the plane and go into Memphis.
What's your favorite dish? What you looking forward to eating the most?
He trying to set me up. And no matter what answer I give, social media gonna clown me. So no comment.
I'm sorry. You know what?
It's all love.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
It's our fault.
It's a poor choice by you.
Speaking of Memphis, Navy Memphis on Thanksgiving, another one, American Conference implications if Navy wins that game, although they would need some help to get into the conference championship game. Dan, I heard a wonderful, beautiful clip of Maction head coach legend Eddie George talking about his turkey. It was, I would say, quite sensual if you want to listen to that next.
deep fry my turkeys. It's done with the same oil for the last 5 years, so it's full of seasoning. It has the perfect seasoning, perfect everything with it, and it's a 72-hour process, okay, where it goes into a brine that's homemade, then it sits in that brine for about 2 days, and then I take him out, then I inject him, with a homemade injectable marinade, baby. And then it sits for another 24 hours wrapped in the refrigerator. And all the marinade is getting into the joints, the juices, and it's really getting into the breast and the thigh and so forth. And then I take it out that morning on Thanksgiving and I dip it in the hot oil, and then it's delicious, and it's going just like that. I mean, I can cut it with a plastic butter knife. It's so tender.
Mama.
Did you say that to everyone or
No,
just
that was just
me?
in your ear.
Okay, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that
Wait,
clip
what
ending.
was it?
He said, "I'm hard," is what he said
no.
in my ear, and I thought he said that on air. None of it is helpful to me. And as this is happening,
It did sound pretty good.
as
The part when he
this is
said
happening,
I mean,
I almost
can you
forgot.
isolate breast and thigh?
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was so good
good.
that I almost forgot how terrified that guy was.
I want to put
Ray
music
Lewis.
under, like sensual music under that.
let's do that before the end of the segment. Find
He
some.
kind of like smacks his lips at one point too.
Yeah, well, he made all our mouths water, but also during that, Mike Ryan accused Eddie George, and Mike Ryan's the leading authority throughout the country of reporting on these things, of dyeing his goatee.
He did. You can see it on the base.
Yeah, you see, so does that? Does he
You're
lose?
a nasty man.
Yeah, he loses points with his sensuality. Less credible if he's dyeing his goatee. Correct? Less authentic.
I mean, the goatee looks good. It's okay. There's certain people that make it work, and he's making it work right now. And he can talk to me about turkey any day of the week.
Before you go, I would have assumed that your internet minute would have been on either the Campbell's Soup CEO or the ShamWow guy. I would have thought that those would have qualified for internet minutes.
Apparently, the ShamWow guy is running for Congress in Texas to end wokeism.
He's got my vote.
Oh my God. Have you
Mike?
seen this?
Amazing.
Back row is sleeping. Holy shit, was that a delayed reaction?
I thought you had more on it. I was going to
yeah,
lay out for you. I didn't know if you had more.
Okay.
Have you seen this? The ShamWow guy.
Patriot. Just like us.
See you later, Jessica. Happy Thanksgiving. Good seeing you. Check out her weekly Notre Dame podcast, The Echoes, with Mike Golick Jr.
This is not an echo chamber.
Real podcast.
She's being, there it is. She's being awfully gentle about Notre Dame being ranked in perception better than Miami. It's got to be a little bit annoying for her and Lucy to hear all of your Miami talk that helped run them out of Miami because you talk about Miami so obnoxiously.
If you've listened to this show, I haven't once caped up for Miami.
You haven't? You what you did to Washuzin was disrespectful.
Right, but we were just talking about a broadcast, but I haven't done a CFP ranking discussion today. I'll do that on Kane's Insight with D Money and Peter Ruiz today, live at 1 p.m.
Gary Furman.
Not a real podcast.
Gary Furman, local legend? Yes or no? Gary Furman, Zaslow.
No. You can't say that John Gruden's putting together a staff.
Oh, he reported that
is
wrong.
a
That's a
bull.
good callback. Jessica, you're going to play. You're going to do the bucket with us here. You're going to suffer.
Fine.
Go ahead, Jeremy. What do you got? You got the Colts?
I got the Colts hosting the Houston Texans. That defense is stingy.
Let me remind everyone, the bucket is presented by Dentek's Ultimate Fantasy Football Punishment. Learn more and sign your league up at dentek.com.
Dominique Foxworth says that the Colts have a quarterback problem. A quarterback problem.
What does he know? Dave Damashek convinced me the Texans are going to win. I'm putting it back.
The Colts are 4.5-point favorite at
I know.
home. You're crazy.
I know.
That's a good favorite.
I know it is. Shit. I got the Saints.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At Dolphins.
That's the Dolphins.
So the Saints are a 6.5-point dog on the road.
Bad
They're
choice.
terrible.
Even the Dolphins are favored by
you should
6,
keep that.
Shucking it.
6.5 against anybody.
They're terrible. Go ahead, Mike.
That was a very short Reaper this week.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals. Do I get Joe back?
You do. You get Joe back and Chase, and they're at Baltimore.
You should keep
No
him.
T. Higgins, though.
They're a 7.5-point dog.
I like to call this game the tryptophan game.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Where's your mouthpiece?
All right. I'm not crazy about it, but Packers.
Packers at
Jack
Lions.
White concert. There we
At
go.
Lions. Lions a 2.5-point favorite. Big game, Zaz? Big game or not a big game?
Packers, Lions.
Big game or not a big game?
Thanksgiving.
Big game or not a big
NFC
game?
North. That's a big game.
That is a big game.
All right, here we go. My first pick. I got the Tennessee Titans.
Playing a little bit better, but
Playing a little better. Playing the Jags.
You
Yo.
never
One
want
win,
them.
Hail
They're
Mary.
a good team.
They're a 6.5-point dog at home. Jessica, think about who you want to pick for you, please.
You watch football, Tony?
Buddy, do I watch football?
I'm just asking,
That's why I
man.
put it back.
No one's ever said Titans are playing better.
He said that, not me.
Jessica, for the record, I volunteer to pick for you if you need a helpful
Same.
hand.
I got the Seattle Seahawks, who play the Minnesota Vikings, 10.5-point favorites. They're going to beat that ass.
Who's Minnesota's starting quarterback this week?
He sucks.
Who is it, though? It's not Wentz, so who is
It's
it?
Brosmer, isn't it? The Minnesota rookie.
Who?
So I don't know who's starting for the Vikings at quarterback.
Doesn't
this
matter.
week.
Might as well be me.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
going to fly after
Brosmer.
Thanksgiving.
I just told you.
Jess, you want me to pick for you?
Yes.
All right, I'm picking for Jess right here. This is Jess. First pull, Falcons. Sorry about that. You're actually a favorite at the Jets. 2.5-point favorite.
Throw it back.
Yucky. No.
Okay, putting it back. A little rummage here for Jess. I go to the bottom here. The Titans. Wow, I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
Yes!
keep that.
Hell yeah!
I'm so sorry.
Yeah!
Tony thinks they've been
Oh,
playing
but they're
better.
playing better.
I'm so psyched about this.
Now let me-
Really. I want you to lose
Why?
so bad.
Here, let me do my pick
What
now.
did I do?
You know what you
The
did.
Raiders. Wow, I am just picking awful helmets.
I'm going to give you terrible Pittsburgh
The
recommendations.
Raiders
They're
are
at
under-
the Chargers, a
putting that
9.5-point
back.
dog.
Putting that back.
I know a valet who you should give your car to.
These
Mike.
3 helmets I've picked. Like, let's see if I get the Jets here, it'll be an all-time bad 4 helmets. The Raiders again. Wow, this is just awful.
Yeah, you helped no one.
Wow. I've had a terrible year at the bucket. Worst ever, they're
He
saying.
owes 3 punishments
Yeah.
still. It's about to be 4.
Yeah.
You're cursed.
Yep.
It seems
Next week
that
I'll
you're
sing the
cursed.
national anthem before a show.
Jessica, just so that we're clear on the disrespect, I thought you were asking us if the person's name was Bronson. I still don't know what Max. What is his name?
Brosmer.
Brosmer. Okay, I thought you were asking. I didn't know you were telling us.
No, it's okay.
She speaks with authority.
Oh my God!
What happened? There's a spider in there. They got you with a spider in there.
What a great gag.
Please tell me they have video of that. Please tell me that we can show people how scared he really got of that.
Great
oh
gag.
my God, I hope the video caught that because that's legitimate fear from Zaslow. I'm sorry they did that to you. Are there any more spiders in there, Reaper? Reaper, despite your
sorry.
lack of size, that was a good move. Yeah, that's as scary
Sounds
as
like
I've
they
seen
think so,
someone.
too.
We're working on the instant replay.
Zaslow, what did you get
I
there?
got the Bears.
Wow, we really scared him. The
Eagles.
Bears.
Putting it back.
Black
Yeah.
Friday game.
Wow, the rare
think
time
it's
he
a-
got a win with the Bears last week, but now puts it back.
I love the Bears
I
to
got
cover
the
that.
Jaguars. Nice.
Jags 6.5-point favorite.
Titans are playing better.
Yes, Mike keeps saying that. Jessica, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. I'm Golden Helmet, so I got one more week of Golden Helmet. Good seeing you, Jessica. I
didn't
don't
like that trick.
That was a good trick. Zaslow, that's as scared as I felt the energy of his fear. That was not bit. Look, I did not know until today's show that Zaslow is legitimately afraid of spiders. The Zaslow Show 2.0,
It's no the.
is available now wherever it is you get your podcasts, and he has said that you cannot text him or in any way contact him through social media with a spider, or he will block you. He's an affable person, but that is his line. It's because he legitimately fears the spider. I was shown before the show some quotes. I saw some good quotes in a couple of different stories that I reacted to differently. One was seeing the way Tim Kuhn, who's still doing excellent writing for ESPN, wrote about Bill Belichick in North Carolina, long form. But also I saw some quotes from Lee Corso. And it made me sad for Lee Corso because he kind of misses game day. And I understand everything at the end. He got such a great send-off. I was thinking to myself, it felt a bit like Ozzy Osbourne's send-off, where he gets the celebration at the end of his career, and how lovely that we would be able to eulogize somebody while they're still with us, allow them the grace of aging on television, and send him off with a goodbye that made both networks stop and genuflect, both of them in honor of what a mascot and voice he's been. But I haven't heard the sound. I've just read the quote. So play Lee Corso talking about now being away from College Game Day.
What has this season been like? Because it's the first one out of college football for you in what's probably felt like forever. What has it been like for you?
Lousy. I hate it. I can't watch College Game Day. I mean, I just can't get used to it. I'm not working anymore. I used to fly all over and but it sucks.
That made me sad.
And why are you smiling?
Do you understand how emotions work?
I hate it. It sucks was not the answer I was expecting.
Because that's kind of like it looks like he's outside of a restaurant, just a news guy. It's just kind of like a fun, like, hey, how's it going in retirement? And he's just like a brutally honest of like, yeah.
He's in a parking lot. Well, look. Bobby Bowden said famously, once upon a time, I don't want to retire. There's only one event after retirement where your friends gather for you anymore, and you're not alive to see it.
Why can't he throw a party?
That's uncommonly honest. I feel I've wanted over the course of today's show, this is what I've wanted to do. I've wanted, before the end of the season, to do an honest University of Miami broadcast like the one Mike wants, so it's not Bob Wischusen, but it's our show just during a game.
Now you're talking.
And also...
You wanted Amin as the turkey of the day?
I want Amin as turkey of the month. Turkey of the month.
Oh, wow.
Although
Well, that's a different graphic.
Jessica might... Based on that F1 minute
moment. No, you had it right. F1 moment.
And her internet moment as well, not her internet minute.
You like that what we did there?
No, well, no, I did not like. No, I don't like my employees.
You said it a ball show. I'm like, Amin.
No,
Jess is gonna try.
It stunk. I don't like the employees, corporate time stealing weasels to actively not do their job well as an act of defiance. We'll show you and the audience we won't try even more. Amin embarrassed himself yesterday, and I think that should be punitive. I think something should happen to him based on what it is that he did. But then Jessica comes in and does the very same thing. Like, why promise me an F1 minute if that's what you're going to do? She wanted so badly to talk about Texas A&M and Texas, and that's an interesting one this weekend. Like of all of them,
I don't trust this committee if Texas wins this game.
They can't jump all the way into the picture.
I don't trust.
Go from 16 to 10.
Hey, you guys want
three
some,
losses?
You guys want some information?
Oh, what?
I happen to know.
Yeah.
You have a happen to know.
He happens to know. Great Scott! He happens to know. He happens to know. Gather everyone. Get the children. He happens to know. So wise.
It's funny every time.
Florida was going down to the wire with this one battling, but I think the crushing realization that they are not going to get the guy they thought they were going to get for months on end, that's finally lapped upon their shores. I think they're pivoting. Jed Fish right now is a desired candidate.
I mentioned Jed Fish on ESPN too, like a month and a half ago.
By the AD, but the boosters have some other plans.
Is it Dabo clock?
I think you're going to see a lot of big-time names. The boosters want sizzle because they missed out on Lane Kiffin. And I don't think Jed Fish, though I believe him to be a good coach, liked him down here in Miami when he was here, that's not going to please these boosters.
I meant to ask Jessica, and I failed to do it, if anyone in our audience has any objection as the professionalization of college football makes it more and more the second biggest sports business that there is in America, that when Mike Gundy gets blown out at one of these lower tier jobs that's still a decent job, that the way that Oklahoma State very quickly tries to snap its fingers and fix, okay, let's get that Mike Gundy stink off of us, is let's just get North Texas's quarterback and North Texas's coach. They seem good at offense over there. Can we make it a slightly better thing here by just grabbing the smaller programs, coach and quarterback? Some people listening to this are made uncomfortable by that as just a transaction, no?
I mean, it follows logic. The quarterback stuff isn't out there, but I expect the quarterback to follow the head coach. I also expect the happens to know DC to follow, and that's a right move for Oklahoma State. They don't have T. Boone Pickens around anymore. They're going to have to win inside the margins, get one of these guys that is going to use them to launch pad themselves into a bigger job. That's a reality for Oklahoma State. It's not a reality that was there for them at the turn of the century for several years when they had a huge power broker in the sport. T. Boone Pickens goes away. They're kind of outgunned. So this is a great hire for them.
Jamal Hill is going to join us here in a little bit. Jeremy Taché is under the best of circumstances. His heat analysis can be both very informative and too much to handle. So Jeremy Taché wanted everyone to know that Tyler Hero in his last game, where he had 24 points and 0 assists, tied an NBA record for made floaters in that game.
Hell yeah.
Made an NBA record. I did not know that we were tracking made floaters, but he made 8 floaters, and so Tyler Hero in his return to the Miami Heat as an all-star, a tying of any in game played throughout history since we started tracking floaters. I'm guessing that's fairly recent, the tracking of floaters.
Yeah, that's in the NBA tracking era, the shot tracking era, but 8 of 9 on floaters in that game, and I believe that tied C.J. McCollum and Jalen Brunson in their careers. Those are the only other 2 guys who have ever made 8 floaters in a singular game. That was his first day back, and they normally say, timing with that is a little bit difficult.
Most people know that stat, though. It's like DiMaggio.
Oh, do you want another
Who
stat,
had the
though?
most floaters in a game?
How many threes did McCollum make last night? Because I saw he had 45.
He's got a lot.
How
He
many?
had 45 threes.
No, he had
That's higher than average.
46. He had 10 threes last night.
Wow.
How about this stat? Per Brett Usher, qualified players in NBA history to average a double-double with a steal per game, a block per game, and 40% from 3. Larry Bird in 1984-85, and through 18 games, Khalil Ware this season.
That's a good stat. There was actually an interesting Heat set that Jeremy showed me. I say this as if I'm surprised.
You sound surprised.
Well, because the Miami Heat.
You watch any games yet this year?
No, not yet. I'm getting to it, though. Oh, no, I saw one that was on Amazon Prime. It was an NBA Cup game, and they didn't win.
NBA Cup's tonight, too.
You know what's crazy? I looked it up. The main tiebreaker in the NBA Cup is head-to-head. So the Miami Heat are running the least amount of pick and rolls in the league by a lot. And that's crazy because
they're going to set an NBA record.
Because I'm pretty sure if Bam Adebayo gets a statue outside of the arena, it's going to be that dribble handoff.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Also, when your signature move is a dribble handoff.
Should put it on the poll.
It would be the block on Tatum.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Should Bam's statue be a handoff?
Come on, it's his signature move, the dribble handoff.
Kirk Goldsberry says of the Heat, quote, Miami's doing something completely different. Will teams around the NBA start to copy this like they copied elements of the Spurs or D'Antoni's systems? That's what the nerds are talking about. And Stan Van Gundy has said of Khalil Ware, his development has been fun to watch. This was on Zach Lowe's podcast. Their last 7 or 8 games, he's been as dominant as any big in the league. This is a legit leap happening right before our eyes, is what Stan Van Gundy is saying.
Oh, yeah.
On the Zach Lowe podcast. But here is the instant replay finally of Zaz being legitimately scared by a spider in the bucket. He is indeed horrified. Play this because this is as scared as I've ever felt someone be in our environment. He jumped away from me. I felt his energy.
No, it's okay.
She speaks with authority.
Oh, my God. What happened? There's a spider in there? With a spider in there? That is the brave Jonathan Zaslow, the face of bravery.
Face of a sucker.